I say more.
Total class, understated, just does his job.
Yeah. It's The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
The public is always right.
Listen every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Right here on Fox Sports Radio. FS1.
Looking for the one, what you looking at the one?
To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. FS1.
Looking for the one, what you looking at the one?
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Good morning. Starting to get a little bit heavier down I-75 right now between Callahan and Merchants. All that traffic flowing down from Campbell County, Anderson County right now. As you work your way towards Knoxville, it's busy on that Solway Bridge right now, trying to get into the Oak Ridge area. It's crowded right where you would expect on Alcoa Highway northbound, especially all that volume coming in from Blood County into Knox County. Zips Car Wash has been remodeling all over East Tennessee. Get upgraded shine and protection today at your local Zips Car Wash. Check them out at zipscarwash.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
What is it with you and this obsession with this varsity crap?
People come to us because we don't sell them and they can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man? World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door. Some things are a matter of doing.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute. I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing!
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Cody McClure, Sam Beard. Bad news, Bubba. It is Wednesday, October 29th. It is the middle of Oklahoma Hate Week. World Series Game 4 in the books. Another Kennesaw State Owls cover and win. Hooty-hoo! In the books. We're here to talk about it and other things. Cody, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up? Good morning. Dodgers lost. So here
Fox
we
43
are.
wasn't there to save you last night, huh?
No, they weren't. Here we are now, tied 2-2. Big game tonight, and then they'll get a night off as they go back to Toronto. The Dodgers not able to close it out in L.A. Have you been seeing all the celebrities?
No, I haven't watched any of the games.
Thought you were a sports fan.
I've told you for a long time. Only sports that I care about. I'm not a junkie.
Yeah. Well,
I got no interest in watching the baseball game.
There's been a huge turnout in celebrities. I mean, every game they pan to the crowd, and there's 15 different celebrities they're showing. I mean, Bieber, you got Justin Herbert, your boy Glenn Powell. Isn't that his name? New actor.
So far, one of these is not like the others. Who else you got?
You mean Justin Herbert?
Yeah. I don't know if I consider him a celebrity. I saw him come to a Lakers game last week with Madison Beer, and they put him on the Jumbotron, and it was just like, golf clap, like,
Oh, yeah.
nice.
Quarterback, yeah.
No one really cares about Justin Herbert in LA, I don't think. But
No. Jeff Goldblum.
People like him.
Jason Bateman.
That seems strange. I've never seen him out in public, I don't think.
He's been at these Dodgers games. A lot of them. There's a lot of other celebrities.
Couple A-listers there with Bieber and Powell.
Yeah.
I don't know if Goldblum's still an A-lister or not, but he was at one time, I feel like.
Matthew Stafford.
Did he get more claps than Herbert?
I don't know. They just they show a lot of, big celebrities in the crowd. I guess when you're somewhere like that, though, they're going to be around. That's where a lot of them live.
They show any of them? I guess you aren't watching in the 14th, 15th inning. Curious how long the celebrities stayed. Did they make it the whole 6 hours?
Oh, the night before?
Yeah.
Oh, I doubt it.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the real dedicated ones, but
Brad Paisley, he was still there.
I mean, you'd have to be a pretty dedicated fan, nevertheless a celebrity, like to even stay for that long, wouldn't you?
I don't know. It's a World Series game.
Yeah, I mean, if you pay the ticket price to go in, I guess you stay for the end of it.
Yeah, it's a World Series game, and then at a certain point it becomes historic where you're just like, hey, this might be the longest game in World Series history. They've been playing this thing for over 100 years. We got to stay.
I remember when I was a kid, my parents were big on leaving early. They were those people that liked got to beat the traffic, and I never understood it. I've never been that way myself. If you pay for the ticket for the game, you stay to the end of the game. It's one thing to beat the traffic, if the team's up big, but if it's an important, dramatic game.
Yeah, leaving an important, dramatic game. Yeah, unless you have kids that are going to have a meltdown, or a elderly parents with you or something, or somebody with a medical condition, then I give those people passes. I wouldn't want to be stuck in traffic with a 3-year-old screaming. I get it.
Yeah, but we left a NASCAR race early. I'm like, that's one you have to stay to the end.
That feels like one, you stay to the end. There's no such thing really as a blowout NASCAR race.
We've seen enough of the race. But what about who wins? We don't know who wins.
We'll hear it on the radio. We'll read it in the paper. I get that. And I know there are big leads drivers can get, but you're always one caution away from it being back, exciting, back and jumbled up.
I mean, sometimes, yeah.
I got zero issue leaving losses early. I leave losses early all the time.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that. 100%.
Some people are never leave early ever. I am not that. I leave losses early.
Oh, yeah. If we're down 32 in the third quarter, I'm out.
I think I've gotten pretty good at timing whenever it's time to pull the plug on losses.
I'm okay with leaving in a blowout win, too. But I'm just saying, if the game is still in the balance in any way, shape, or form, I mean, some people leave when the game's still in the balance.
Traffic sucks, bro.
Yeah, traffic but why? Sucks. What's the point in going to the game?
Yeah, I don't know.
If you hate the traffic that much,
maybe you just want to eat some hot dogs and enjoy the weather for a little bit. I don't know. I agree with you. I'm just saying traffic does suck. And I've always heard Dodger Stadium's the worst of pretty much any of them when it comes to getting out of Dodger Stadium. I've heard that. I've never been to a Dodgers game.
I didn't think it was that bad at the time that we went, but that was like
it's a disaster.
The people I've listened to that do podcasts and go out there. I was actually listening to one this morning. Strangely enough, they say it's an hour and a half, pretty much regardless after a game to get out of there.
That's anywhere you go in LA. But
I'm saying just to get out of the stadium. They're saying it's an hour and a half to get out of the parking lot and everything.
The one that we went to was like a Tuesday or Wednesday night game, a weekday game against the Blue Jays, who weren't any good back then. So, I'd say that experience was not as bad as obviously a big game there.
Yeah, they didn't have to worry about getting Justin Herbert home safely.
Yeah,
with the traffic at that time either.
That's true. His security. I mean, it's like trying to get a president out of there. Guy like Herbert, such a big star.
Sam, you good over there this morning?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just watched the watch the World Series, and then there's this like YouTube golf huge. It's like Barstool and all these
the internet tournament or whatever
it's
they're
called
calling
like the Internet Invitational, and it's like pretty much any person that has done YouTube golf content before, and they're playing for like $1 million. So I watched a decent amount of that last night. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
One guy didn't show up for his tee time.
Did they disqualify him?
They gave him a 4. He couldn't join his partner until the 5th hole on a 9-hole match. So they pretty much just said like you're screwed.
Oh,
so
like
one of the best players in the whole field.
So it was just a 9-hole.
They're doing it where like there's 9 holes, and then there's a second session of 9 holes, and then they like cut the field in half basically after all that, and then they kind of redo the whole thing.
What was his excuse for being late?
He just was sleeping.
I kind of envy that as someone who can't really oversleep. Like if I have something big in the morning, like I pretty much just don't sleep the night before. I kind of envy that he just was so unbothered by this big tournament. It's like, I'm just going to sleep.
His excuse was like, he's like, I would have woken up if I he's like, I wanted to wake up, I think is what his excuse was. And people were like, that's even worse. Like,
not enough to set his alarm.
Bad,
maybe he was on drugs. I don't know. Bubba, how are you this morning? You good?
Speaking of on drugs.
I'm fine.
Come on. He's straight edge.
I'd be even better if a really muscular one was here to like put her elbows into my back to pop it a little bit, you know?
Maybe
that'd be really cool.
Around your head.
Do what?
I got a lot of shame brought upon me over the Bobby Heenan question yesterday. Were you shameful of me, Bubba? Did you know that one really well? Did you know that one?
Not really. I mean, I that was the one as a 3-pointer. I told Tim, I said that might just be a little trippy because there's a lot of managers out there that have managed a lot of families.
Yeah.
Stuff, you know, because I immediately thought, you know, like Paul Ellering.
Yeah.
And then
hell, I even thought Paul Heyman for a second when it was like family.
Yeah,
like,
I thought Bloodline too.
Yeah.
Paul Bear.
One of those things. I mean, he had his brothers. Yeah, he had the Brothers of Destruction. So, I mean, like, it was a little weird, but I did get messages about it. Like, come on, you're a wrestling fan. The Heenan family. I was like, that's a little bit before my time, brother. All I remember is Bobby Heenan as, like, a annoying announcer that ruined the Hulk Hogan heel turn. That's all I kind of remember him from, but I got messages of shame for that.
Speaking of the Brothers of Destruction, is our county mayor, is he looking to do a national push or something? Do you know? Because he was on Fox News last night on the
zero clue.
I just noticed he was on Fox News on the Gutfeld show in studio. Like it wasn't like an appearance. He was there in studio, like hanging out with him. It seemed like kind of co-hosting the show.
I mean, I feel like they've talked about how he would go to the next step whenever, you know, he's done being mayor.
Yeah.
Like run for governor or something, I think. So I guess he's just trying to continue to grow his profile.
Well, he was
Was he any good?
I watched for like 2 minutes. I just scrolled by it. I was trying to find hurricane coverage. I've been pretty checked out of political stuff. Like I've just, you know, the sports calendar's been so good to us this year. I haven't watched any politics, at least since the summer.
Wow.
And so, but, you know, I was looking for coverage of this hurricane because I kept seeing how crazy the hurricane was. So I flip it over to CNN, and of course it's just, you know, 8 DEI hires sitting around in a circle crying. And then I was like, okay, well, we'll try Fox News. And I just happened to notice that our mayor was there, and it seemed like he was like an in-studio, like a panelist on the show. He wasn't just like it wasn't like a guest hit. Like, hey, let's talk to the mayor here. He was actually there. So I don't know, but they weren't doing hurricane coverage either. So then I just turned it to the Weather Channel.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like if I was looking for hurricane coverage, I'd just go to the Weather Channel.
I don't know why I started with CNN and Fox News. I guess just because they come first in my, like when I'm scrolling down.
And you said there were what in a circle? DEI hires? What do you mean by that?
They were just sitting there crying.
What do you mean
how
by,
they do on CNN.
What do you mean by DEI hires?
Well, there's like a gay Asian dude, and there's like a black girl and a white girl with green hair, and then there's like
not an ally. All right.
Huh?
So Cody's not an ally.
Diversity. No, I never said anything about not being an ally. I like all different races of people. I'm just saying that you see a lot more of that on CNN, whereas on Fox News it's like 3 blonde women and a white dude.
So by DEI hire, you just mean not white?
Yeah, diversity,
Okay.
equity, inclusion. That's what it stands for.
Yeah, but
It's
when
diversity.
A DEI hire, I don't know. It just kind of does it not have a negative connotation?
I mean, is that not what it stands for? Diversity, equity, and inclusion?
I mean, I don't know. When I hear
enterprises,
when I hear DEI, I hear of negative connotation.
Because of Dale Earnhardt, or
no, just like when somebody calls somebody a DEI hire, it's not just because like they're not white. It's because they don't feel like they're qualified. So I was curious.
Oh,
like,
well, it depends on how you.
Are these people bad at talking too, or because I mean, like
I don't know. I didn't keep it on there very long. I saw them sitting around in a circle. They were talking about Trump did this or that. I'm like, I'm not watching this. And then Gutfeld is the same thing. They're talking about ICE and immigration. I'm like, geez, can I just get the hurricane coverage?
Again, Weather Channel probably would have been.
Well, that's where I ended up.
Yeah, were they any good?
Yeah, they do a fine job. No divisive, nothing divisive on the Weather Channel. Unless you're in Jamaica and then, wind. But
I feel like you don't get natural disaster like weather coverage on a news network unless it's in the country.
It's not true. I watched CNN back in, 2020. I mean, I used to watch CNN. I liked CNN back in the day. But I used to watch their hurricane coverage all the time. There was a great hurricane season. I don't remember if it was in 2020 or 21. That's all we did. We sat around watching hurricane coverage on CNN.
Well, hurricanes in the United States?
Yeah, like Katrina?
Yeah.
Well, that's
my point.
Yeah, that's Sam's point.
Oh, well, you didn't say that before that.
Yeah, he did. He said hurricanes. He said hurricanes in the country.
Reply.
No, he said hurricanes.
Well, this one's headed toward I mean, you guys don't think Jamaica's close enough to be kind of relevant, like the Caribbean? Most every hurricane that comes through the Caribbean first.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're talking about it on CNN, if that's the point that we're trying to make.
I thought you said they were talking about it on CNN.
They weren't when I flipped it over there.
So how are you sure they're talking about it? Yeah, they weren't talking about it.
Go to CNN.com. See, I would
Turn
imagine.
on the CNN TV channel.
I would imagine they're covering.
The news website, the TV channel are two different things.
I would imagine they're covering the Category 5 hurricane, fellas. I mean.
You just told us they weren't last night. You had a whole rant about it.
I told you when I flipped it over, they weren't.
Okay. Well,
I told you there were 7 DEI hires sitting around in a circle crying.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of gross as calling a non-white person
I feel like you're kind of gross.
Well, that's fine. It's probably just smelling your own feet. You think it's me. It's not me. I'm not gross.
I'd say it's probably that stuff that comes out of your ears.
I do got some
out
bad
there in
earwax.
the show.
I
That's
do
probably
have
what
bad
it is.
earwax. That is true.
Yeah.
We got negativity in the chat.
What's going on there?
Josh starts the morning off. Quote, we're going to get our ass kicked Saturday and the season turns toxic. You could feel it. That's a good way to start your morning. Josh, I hope you're a night shift worker. I hope you're a night shift worker. And I hope you've had just like and I don't mean it personally, but like I hope you're just coming off of a bad shift and you're just grumpy. And I only say that just because I hope you don't start your morning with this level of negativity.
It is funny to just wake up mad.
Yeah, I hope you're coming off. I hope you're mad about something that happened in the night shift and it's ruined your day. Because I'll give you a little bit of pass. Because sometimes when I get off the shift and I get out of the coal mines, yeah, I'm in a bad mood. And it's okay. You decompress, and maybe we'll help you decompress.
It's kind of gross to assume Josh is in the coal mines.
No, I said when I get out of the coal mines.
When you get out of the coal
mines.
It was
a joke.
You wouldn't last 6 hours.
That was the joke. But
you'd get crushed by
again,
rock.
That was the joke. But
it wasn't very funny.
I hope that don't worry about me in the coal mines. You wouldn't even be able to make it through the door. You wouldn't even fit in there. Don't worry about that.
You're too wide. You're too fat.
But I hope he's not just waking up and choosing to be bitter and angry and scared first thing in his morning. We'll dive into that after the break. It's a big one. Tennessee, Oklahoma, elimination game coming up. We'll talk about it. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues. Every bet type you can imagine. Live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them FanRun sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
FanRun is giving away a huge prize package.
That's a big box. What's in there?
You're going to want to find out.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
A winner will be drawn live on Halloween during FanRun Friday at Calhoun's on the River.
To learn how you can earn entries, make sure you're tuning in daily to FanRun Radio and following us across all of our social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, X, TikTok, and Instagram.
Good morning. Cranking it pretty good out here where you would expect towards Oak Ridge down certain sections of Pillsbury Parkway. Still dodging a few showers out here. Just depends on where you are throughout East Tennessee. Remains busy through downtown with that volume right now for the east and west here at 17th Street, Alcoa Highway. Zips Car Wash has been remodeling all over East Tennessee. Get upgraded shine and protection today at your local Zips Car Wash. Check them out at zipscarwash.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Well, it started out.
Josh clarifies, follows up. Feels like we are on the edge of the cliff. Hope I am wrong. Says he needs some hope, which I agree, Josh. He needs some hope. Sam, do you feel like we are going to, quote, get our ass kicked and turn toxic? Do you feel like we are on the edge of the cliff?
I mean, I don't think it's possible for this team to get their ass kicked at home, especially at night in that type of setting. I just think that's always such an advantage for us, and it's such a factor,
especially by Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they got the firepower on offense to be able to kick our ass.
Yeah,
I just think the outcome is that it's going to be maybe closer than you would like it to be with our defense.
You tell me Ohio State comes in here, okay. In Indiana, big bad Indiana comes in here, okay. Like maybe they kick our ass, but like now the part where he says we feel like we're on the edge of a cliff, that I think is two different things. I could get behind the idea of being on the edge of a cliff because when you're on the edge of a cliff, you don't necessarily fall. Sometimes you can just go and peek over and be like, oh, that's scary, and turn around. Now, sometimes you can jump. Sometimes you get pushed off. I don't disagree with the sentiment that we are on the edge of the cliff. Like, if you lose, if you play poorly, if you lose, that's a different story. You could tell me we get thrown off the cliff. Now, I don't think we're going to lose on Saturday, but the rest of the premise that you're on the edge of a cliff and that it would turn toxic if you lose, I do agree with that sentiment. I do think this is a huge, huge game for Josh Heupel and for Tim Banks. That I agree with. It would turn toxic if you lose this game. This Oklahoma team is not very good. This Oklahoma offense is pretty one-dimensional. You are at home. The kind of accepted standard around here is that you don't lose at home unless it's Georgia. Right? I mean, that's kind of what we think. So if you lose that one to this Oklahoma team and to Brent Venables, yeah, I do agree that things would get toxic. Cody, do you feel like we're on the edge of a cliff in a must-win type of game?
I don't know what this analogy about being on the edge of the cliff means.
Well, you missed most of it. So
is that like we're at a turning point?
That's the way I took it. That's the way I took it. Josh had written in and clarified that he felt like we were on the edge of a cliff.
I mean, every Tennessee game is like that for the most part. We live and die with our Vols every Saturday. It's the way it always is. Anytime you're playing in a big game, it's going to feel that way. Yeah, if you lose, people are going to freak out. No doubt about it.
I feel like this one's exasperated a little bit because, like I said, Oklahoma's not very good. This Oklahoma offense isn't very good.
Well, if they come in here and beat us, then it'll tell us that we're not very good.
Right. Well,
which at least we'll know, you know?
I think it would tell us we're bad. I don't even think it'd tell us we're not very good. I think it just tells us we're bad if you lose to this team at home.
Well, we're losing some respect this week in terms of our cupcake schedule. People are making fun of us about how we haven't beaten a team that has a winning record, you know. And
has that narrative picked up? Who is making fun of us?
The rest of the SEC.
I haven't seen that. Where have you seen that on the internet?
The Vanderbilt accounts, the Alabama accounts. They're mainly those two.
Okay.
They're our two biggest rivals, I guess you'd consider that if you include
our annual opponents.
If you include Vandy. So, there's a narrative building around, Tennessee ain't beat nobody. And it's completely fair. I mean, the SEC, the teams we've beaten are winless in the conference. The SEC teams,
Mm-hmm.
So, it's totally fair. They're combined 0-18 or whatever they are. We ain't beat nobody. That's true. But we were really close to beating that one good team. We just didn't get that field goal. So I think people are waiting around on us to beat somebody. And the good news is in the month of November, we'll have 2 opportunities for ranked wins. Assuming Vandy doesn't just completely fall apart, which, when has that ever happened?
I'd be shocked if Vandy wasn't ranked when they came in here. I'd be shocked if that was the case. I think they'd be at least 9-3.
Anyway, we can get Florida ranked
9-2. No,
if they beat Georgia, and then
I mean, I guess if they have won 4 in a row or whatever, if they beat Georgia, Kentucky, at Ole Miss, I guess 3 in a row, maybe, but I don't think so. They'd be,
even with the damage with the damage they've taken on, they may still not be ranked.
Yeah, they'd only be 6-4.
Yeah,
so I would say they won't be ranked.
I don't know. Beating Georgia and winning at Ole Miss, they might be
at 6-4.
They might be,
possibly,
but that's not going to happen. Obviously,
I don't think the reward of beating a ranked Florida would be worth them being red hot with a rockin' swamp
with 2 top 7 wins.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be worth it. I'm going to go ahead and root that they don't do that.
Yeah,
that they aren't ranked when we play them.
Same.
I think it's bigger than just big game. People get upset about big games. I do think the tide of the season is different than that. I think Oklahoma would be a really bad opponent to lose to.
I think it would just make things feel like we're in a stagnant place. Is kind of what I think. Not that we're mid, not saying that we'd be mid as a program, but I think we'd be a little stagnant.
I think losing to Oklahoma at home would mean that you're a mid team. Maybe not a mid program, but like I would argue, Cody, that most people would probably say, or at least there's a portion of the fan base that would say we're stagnant right now.
Well, I don't think most people look at it in terms of the team as much as they do the program, right?
Well, I think people would say the program's stagnant too. No, I mean, you're ranked 14th. Nobody was very happy last year. I don't think this season's been very fun.
I think offensively it's been fun. I think people have I don't think you'd call our what we've seen from Joey stagnant. I think people are really kind of enjoying that. I think it's more so the way that the games are playing out against these very low tier opponents. You got some juice back though, I think, against Kentucky.
I mean, the opponents and the way the games play don't help, but like you went through and you pointed out they're 0-18 in the SEC. I don't think even if you're beating them 70-10 that people would be too excited about the season if your two losses were the way that you lost to Georgia and Alabama.
Well, that's why you got to beat somebody. That's why this week could be a good juice game.
Well, this week better be a big juice game. Yeah. That's why I do agree with Josh saying we're on the edge of a cliff. Like, if you beat Oklahoma, you're fine. You turn around, you walk off, things are good. You come out of that with some juice going into a bye week.
Well, are you saying
if you win this game, you should be 8-2 with a chance to go to the Swamp to beat them, and then a home game against Vandy to get in the playoff? Like, yeah, if you win this game, I think everyone would say you're headed in the right direction and everything's good.
Well, is there a vibe out there that's like, even if you beat Oklahoma, it's not good enough?
No, I haven't seen that vibe per se.
Because it's almost well, I mean, like if we're stagnant as a program, like is this still a big game? I mean, it feels like a big game to me.
I think it's a pivot game, so I'd say yes, it's a big game.
I mean, we stay alive for the playoff hunt.
It's Neyland at night. It's your only home game at night this year. It is a top 20 game. It is ABC, and yeah, like no matter how bad things have gotten, no matter how much people bitch about the defense and whatever, like you are still, as it feels, an 80%, 90% likelihood, whatever, that if you win these next 4 games, you're in the college football playoff.
I like to reserve hope that my team can get better as the year goes on. You know what I mean? Like I'm not ready to punt on anything. Like, if I'm being honest, do we have the team that can win a national championship? I don't think so.
No.
But like, if you just get in the playoffs, like that's step number 1, and that's what you're there for. You're there to compete for a championship.
This team wasn't supposed to win a national championship this year.
No, certainly not.
Like no one had those aspirations for the team. Now you could say, "Oh, we're Tennessee. Every year is about a championship."
No, but
it's not. It's not.
No, but I hate just accepting like, and it may be the reality that that's a 9-win team. That's a 9-3 football team. Like I'm not just going to accept that. I mean, we're favored in the rest of our games.
And just want to point out, as someone who talked about how easy the schedule was, Cody, we're sitting here at 6-2.
It's been easy to this point
without having beaten a team with a winning record. So whenever I talked about how much easier this schedule was than last year's, I think.
But I feel like
I think it has bore out.
I think your point has been correct so far, but I think if we finish 9-3 and that loss is the Swamp, which is what I was saying all along, is like you got to play your 2 rivalry games on the road instead of at home this year, then I think my point kind of bears out.
In a way, yes, but like if we're 8-point favorites there, like it does, kind of show that Florida wasn't very good this year. Now, road games are road games, sure. You lost at Arkansas last year as a road game. Like obviously we have road defaults, but like I don't view this Florida team coming up as a super special rivalry road game.
Well, that's part of the equation, though, is what we are on the road. Like that.
Well, yeah, we got to play 4 road games every year, and Arkansas was the same thing.
Yeah, but every year's not different. I mean,
yeah, this Florida team's like Arkansas's team last year. you'd play in a tougher road atmosphere last year against Arkansas than you would against Florida this year. No, if Florida's 5-5 or 4-6 or whatever it'd be.
Well, I keep waiting on them to lose their juice.
We'll see. We haven't seen what they looked like since they fired Billy Napier.
Yeah,
I have been saying that I don't think this Florida team gets the interim coach bump after firing Billy Napier because I think all the players still liked Billy Napier. But we'll see this weekend.
That's what we said about Arkansas too with Pittman.
And I don't think they really have gotten much of a interim bump.
Well, I think they did against us and against A&M. Like I feel like he had them fired up to play those games.
I think he came out and had a really good scripted drive on his first drive against us. But like I don't think think that really carried over.
Oh, they felt. I mean, coming out of it, they felt like it was a little bit of a moral victory. Now they've got a real loser standard.
That's called being duped by fourth quarter garbage time if they felt that way. But
I mean, their people were talking about, if we just kicked that field goal in the third quarter, it would have been tied at 34. And then the way they played against A&M, I'd say Arkansas got a little bit of the bump. They didn't win anything, but now I think they've lost it now. I mean, you lose that game like they did to Auburn.
I guess if you tell me that they got bumped up from getting beat 56-13 by Notre Dame, sure.
Right. Yeah.
But like, we don't have to get into it again, but like if you're an Arkansas fan, if you're being honest with yourself, you're down 34-17. You didn't quit, which is an improvement over Notre Dame. You didn't quit that game. So maybe that does constitute as a bump, but like they lost close games with Sam Pittman and they're still just losing games. They seem like pretty much the same team to me, but
yeah, they're not any good.
I just don't know how tough that Florida game is going to be, but that's a game we're looking forward to this weekend. Florida versus Georgia. Georgia playing with fire in a lot of these games, and Florida the unknown of life after Billy Napier. But in Knoxville, it's an elimination game. Whoever loses this game is out. Now, look, I think Oklahoma's kind of already out. I think blowing that game against Texas, and then, of course, blowing the lead in the fourth quarter against Ole Miss.
And they still got to play Alabama.
Right. I was going to say, I think losing those two pretty much means they're out, even if they beat us, because I don't think they're running the table. But yeah, like if we win, we're alive. If we lose, we're out. So you can tell me we're up against a cliff. Sam, how you feeling about the game as we are, a couple days away from it?
I feel good about this game.
Yeah.
I just think this is one that ultimately kind of the one-dimensional nature of that Oklahoma offense, I think, will eventually be able to play in our favor. I think it'll be a tough game. I think it'll be, I don't think it'll be a blowout necessarily. I think you'll be sweating it out into the third and definitely kind of into the early part of the fourth. But I think this is a game that ultimately you kind of pull away with and your crowd kind of becomes a big factor there. I could kind of see like a late backbreaking interception or something that kind of swings the momentum and gets Tennessee into the right place going into that game against New Mexico in the bye week and headed into Florida.
If you don't win, it's going to be a long 3 weeks.
Oh no, if you don't win, I do think Josh was right in the chat over on YouTube. Shout out to the freaks, go watch us on YouTube. But I do agree with that. Like it is going to turn toxic. You are going to get thrown off the cliff if you lose this game. I didn't agree with the fact we were going to lose the game. But no, this is a very, very important game. This is an opponent in Oklahoma, ranked at number 18, 6-2 coming in. That is quality enough to get people excited for the game, especially when you look at, Josh Heupel and his pass there, the fact that you have a chance to, I don't know if people care that you can tie the series with these guys. You're 2-3 against them. You can kind of, win 2 in a row and get back to 3-3 against a historic program. I don't know if people care about that aspect of it, but it's a good enough win to get people excited. It's a good enough game to get people there, but it's not a good enough opponent that you look at it and throw your hands up if you lose and say, what are you going to do?
Right.
You lose to Alabama at home, you lose to Georgia at home, you look at that and say,
we've seen this before.
Those are great teams. We're getting closer. So what? It was a back and forth game. Wish we could have won that one, but hey, the rest of the season should be fine. No, that's not the case. A, it's later in the season, but B, this is not that level of opponent. This is a game that you are 100% supposed to win.
Well, I just mean the fact that it's going to be then 3 weeks before you play another meaningful game.
Oh, yeah. No, people will check out the season altogether.
It will be pretty much on to basketball. I mean, we'll still be back for the Florida and Vandy games, but it's like, can we get to Citrus Bowl?
Kind of speak for yourself, honestly.
What do you mean?
About being back?
I'd
watch because it's a part of the job, and I need to be somewhat informed about it. But in terms of like looking forward to it, in terms of like actually getting excited for it, no. Like if you lose to Oklahoma and you're 6-3, I guess you'd be 7-3 after New Mexico. Is it New Mexico or New Mexico State?
New Mexico State.
New Mexico State, yeah. Whenever you got to Florida, sure, like it'd be nice to end that swamp streak, and I wouldn't take it for granted. But no, I wouldn't be excited for it at all.
No, but you'd still have that to play for, and you'd still have a 10-win season to play for with a bowl win. So, like, I know you don't really count bowl wins, but you could say you won 10 games again. But it would feel not great if you miss out on the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't really count those. I wouldn't take that as a moral victory. The season would be tainted to me if you lost to Oklahoma. Like, really, like the thing about the setup you're in right now, despite the preseason expectations being tempered a little bit, despite Nico leaving and you having to bring Joey in off the trash heap. Now, you've hit gold with Joey, of course, but like despite how we kind of tempered everything, and before the year, Cody's like, hey, 9-3, and you're going to lose to Florida. Like, that was kind of what he thought. And a lot of people in the fan base kind of felt the same way. As we sit here, any loss you take the rest of the year is going to be sickening. It's going to be a loss that leaves a really, really, really bad taste in your mouth.
This would probably be the least sickening of the 3 you could take.
Yeah, sure, because there's no rivalry. There's no rivalry ties to it. But no, like on paper, losing at home to Vanderbilt, just team-wise, though, losing at home to Vanderbilt would be easier to swallow team-wise. Now, of course, you throw the name in there. You throw the rivalry, them celebrating, them going to the playoff, all that. Yeah, that changes. But, like, team-wise, to me, this is the one that, like, this is the one that you should feel the most confident in when you look at Vandy and you look at Florida. Like this is the one that I think you should have the best chance to win.
The most winnable?
Yeah, or at least like the best vibes going into it. Now, it changes if Colton Hood is out, and we'll see what the availability report says tonight. And, Jermod McCoy was back on the practice field yesterday, early in the day. Was back out there.
I think
going through some team drills, like some limited stuff. Like they're going to see how his knee responds. Now, I don't know if that necessarily means that he'll be in the mix to play. Like I still wouldn't be surprised if he was ruled out, before, on Wednesday when this comes out tonight, if they're just going to go ahead and get out ahead of it and say McCoy's not playing, but gives you a little hope towards the future, at least.
I want to go ahead and say that I think you said this one's the most winnable of those 3 left. This is the one you feel the best about?
Yeah.
I'm not ready to say that Vanderbilt is not the one I feel best about.
Okay. And I don't feel bad about Vanderbilt either, just for the record. But.
Vanderbilt going on the road, like I'm not sold when I look at Vanderbilt. Yes, they're better than they used to be. I give them credit for that. Clark Lee seems like a good coach. But I'm not sold on them being a damn playoff contender. Let's see what happens at Texas. I think there's a real possibility where they go down there and get smacked by Texas.
Oh, yeah.
And you kind of then step back and realize, oh, okay, Vandy just beat 2 pretty mid teams at home, and say what you will, because we've been doing the same thing against mid teams, like, but I'm not ready to accept them as like being the second toughest game left.
Maybe that's fair. I just think if Vanderbilt and Oklahoma played, I think Vanderbilt would be favored. I don't think Vanderbilt would be favored on a neutral site or at Oklahoma. But like I think people would look at that and say Vanderbilt can win that game or would win that game.
But you think Oklahoma would be favored?
I think Oklahoma would be favored. I think Oklahoma's been getting – now maybe that changes. But like Oklahoma's been getting a lot of respect with the bookmakers. Like
the Oklahoma defense pretty nasty for as the lack of offense that they have.
Yeah,
their defense is pretty nasty statistically, but then you look at who they've played.
Let's talk about it after the break. Yeah. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Learn to work the saxophone.
We've talked a lot about Oklahoma's defense. We've talked a lot about Oklahoma's defense, and they've gotten a lot of respect, but I couldn't get past that graphic. I watched a lot of the Oklahoma-Ole Miss game. I was locked into it. That was the game I paid the most attention to outside of Tennessee this weekend. And they flashed up a graphic that just I couldn't get past. That was like, oh, it's Oklahoma defense. And then it's like, well, but here's where all the offenses they've ranked, or all the offenses they've played, here's where they've ranked. And like nobody was a good offense. Michigan was the best offense by far they'd played. And Michigan's just like hovering around, I think, 50th.
Michigan, I mean, yeah.
And their offense isn't good, right? But I'm saying that was the best of the best they had played up until Ole Miss. And it's like, oh, it's Oklahoma defense. We're like, well, okay. Like when you put it that way, like we all know Auburn's offense sucks. We all know Texas's offense sucks. South Carolina, like their offense sucks. Sam, would it be fair to say those are the three worst offenses in the SEC? You do a great job covering the conference for us here at Southeastern Conversation, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Check out his podcast. But like Auburn, Texas, and South Carolina, to me, I think those are the three worst offenses, especially when you look at South Carolina and Texas's offensive line and how they can't block.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe the only other consideration would be Kentucky.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
But
You're
those,
fair enough.
Those four
Throw Kentucky in there
would be definitely at the bottom of the conference right now.
So, like, if you're going to look at Tennessee and be like, we ain't beat nobody, I don't disagree. We ain't beat nobody. But, like, Oklahoma ain't really stopped anybody that is any good either, because I thought Lane Kiffin was right. And Lane Kiffin's feeling himself. You know, he's the belle of the ball right now. He is the main name right now in Southeastern football. Like, take Kirk Cignetti out of it. Take Ryan Day out of it. There's not a coach that has a higher profile and a higher approval rating right now than Lane Kiffin. Maybe throw Kirby Smart in there if you want to, whatever. But, like, Lane's feeling himself, and I thought that he attacked Brent Venables.
He did.
And I thought it was deserved. I thought it was kind of Brent. If I'm Brent Venables, I'm probably mad at the reporter for bringing that up at a press conference. But Lane buried him. Lane dug the knife into him, and Brent Venables came out saying, "I think we were the better team on Saturday. I think we're better than them." And Lane's like, "What? He said that? Like, that's kind of a hot take." And Lane could have been even worse about it and be like, if it wasn't for me kind of messing up and giving them a chance, we would have buried Oklahoma. Because I do feel like Lane Kiffin, I don't know if he was just being too cocky, trying to be too much like Spurrier, or if he was like subconsciously trying to lose this game to make it easier to go to Florida or LSU. But I thought what he did around the goal line with Austin Simmons was dumb. I thought him going for a fourth down on like his own 30 was dumb. And if you're going to go for it to run a Wildcat, it was dumb. It was a bad snap and it completely ruined the play. Like, I think Oklahoma, Cody, was very, very lucky to even be in that game. Now, it did look like they were going to win it for a second. Like, they storm all the way back. They get a lead. But, like, I thought Ole Miss's offense didn't really struggle with them at all. Like, I thought Oklahoma's offense was able to move the ball whenever they needed to, whenever they wanted to, whenever they didn't do dumb stuff.
Yeah, they left points on the field, like Lane said, and they put up 34 on that defense. I think the Oklahoma defensive numbers, too, part of it is they're benefiting from the complete dominance that they had against Illinois State, Temple, and Kent State.
Yeah. Yeah, I throw those out there. Like, I try to do that whenever we talk about all these units. Like,
well, they did. Yeah, they didn't give up more than a field goal in those games. Like, they held Illinois State to 3, they held Temple to 3, and they shut out Kent State. So I think that's really probably inflating some of those defenses.
And that's good. I know we argued about it yesterday. I understand that's what you want your defenses to do, to not give up cheap points in the second half, to keep that throttle down.
Right.
But to me, it doesn't change who you are. Like, the mentality, sure, the mentality's right. But, like, the fact they only gave up 6 points in those 3 games, to me, doesn't mean that they're actually an elite defense. That means the stats are inflated. The same way we inflated our offensive stats last year by letting Nico score 77 against Kent State or whatever. Like,
right.
Those don't necessarily matter to me, good or bad. On Tennessee's defensive side against ETSU and UAB, didn't really care. On Tennessee's offensive side against UAB and ETSU, didn't really care. I feel the same way about Oklahoma's defense doing it to Illinois State, Temple, and Kent State. Don't care. Don't care.
Yeah, and I think they're coming into a game where we may be the toughest game on their schedule to this point. Now, you can say Ole Miss is better than us, but they had Ole Miss at home.
Yeah.
Coming into Neyland with a quarterback who has not really been playing all that well in Mateer, and I hope I don't have to eat those words because I've seen what we've allowed at times.
Especially if Colton Hood's going to be out, man. Like, it's going to be a real uphill battle if he's out. It's going to be tough enough as it is, but, like, if you're down to freshmen and walk-ons at your cornerback position, like, that's got a chance to be ugly.
Yeah, I mean, having little depth is an issue at the cornerback position. Should we have more depth, or is that just where today's college football is?
Man, it's hard for me to say you should have more depth in today's college football. It's also hard for me to, like, say that, like, you need more depth that takes you losing your top 3 corners, 2 of them first-round guys. Like, I don't think there's many teams in the country. Now, Georgia and Alabama, maybe, sure. But I don't even know if they would at this point, with NIL and transfer and all that. Like, it doesn't feel like you're able to stockpile as much talent as you used to. But it feels tough to look at that and say, you got to have more depth. Well, we got really good SEC starters. Well, yeah, they're gone now. You need more SEC starters on your bench. That seems tough.
Well, if Colton Hood is out, I mean, that is a glaring problem. I mean, that's a huge problem.
I mean, it's already
who is that other corner? Do you put McMurray there?
I don't know, man.
You go McMurray and Redmond, or what?
Is William Wright, right? Like, I mean, it's a walk on. I mean, it's like, I don't know what the
one of the guys that invented flight.
I don't know what the answer would be. You'd really hope that you could send 5 guys and have your defensive line just wreak havoc, but it would be a game that you would have to have your offense just come out and put pressure on and score 38 points again and go out there and win the game. I'm very nervous for the injury report tonight. The injury availability.
Is that the be all end all, or we still don't know? Like, if Colton Hood says probable, like
if it says probable, I'll think he plays. If he says questionable, I anticipate him to say questionable, and that would continue to. I'd be pretty pessimistic about it.
But when you're the home team, obviously you're not getting ready to travel. Like the injury report means more for the road team typically, because you have to list who's going to travel, right?
I still think
SEC rule.
I still thought, Cody, by Friday you had to have the official kind of answer.
Mm-hmm.
Now you could.
Well, I know if you're going on the road, you do on Friday.
I think they make the home team do it too.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so.
Well,
they don't give them a competitive advantage. It's all to kind of help regulate gambling and kind of keep the college football out of trouble, like the NBA is. But I do think Colton Hood will be listed as questionable tonight. I would love to see Jermod McCoy like even upgrade a bit to just doubtful, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm worried about Arion Carter. I worry that he'll just be like, doubtful or an out, like, maybe questionable feels like the best case scenario there. I don't know, but
I don't think their offense is very good, but also I don't feel great about our defense, especially if all those guys are hurt. So,
no, 100%. Like, yeah, I mean, the defense, look, we've argued about it. Everyone knows my take. But, yeah, like if you're going to start losing even more guys on there, that's going to get even worse. That's going to get even tougher. Now, Oklahoma – offensively, I know you can't just throw out big plays, but they didn't really move the ball at all against Ole Miss outside of 2 just gigantic plays. One was kind of I don't know if I can call it a busted play, but Mateer kind of scrambled up a little bit, and their track star receiver caught a 5-yard like drag route and just hit the afterburners and outran everybody on the sideline like that. That wasn't like some big designed win. It was just a really fast player running away from everybody. Is it Sategna? Is that his name? Satania. Sorry. And then, Robinson had the one play 65-yard run. They had those 2 things. But outside of those 2 explosive plays, their offense didn't really do anything at all. Didn't really do anything at all. Now, again, that depends on what our defense is going to do.
I imagine they'll put some points on us, but, you just have to outduel them. You got to hope Joey at home and the defense can get a stop where it needs to, and you got the home crowd in your favor and all that stuff. Like, it's another survival game, but the good news is if you survive this one, you got 3 weeks to get healthy.
And that'll be huge. That'll be gigantic. And fantasy booking and dreaming, you hope that means you get a healthy Jermod McCoy back on the field. Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. Maybe do a little film preview with Brooks Austin. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start?
Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, hit tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you can donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-639-8620. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It'll be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car. And as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now. Call 1-800-639-8620. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-639-8620. That's 1-800-639-8620.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka. Sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
It was an unmitigated disaster. It was coaching malpractice.
You're listening to Talk Sports.
Everything that could have gone wrong seemed like it went wrong. It seemed like no one had answers. And like I said, the most depressing part of it was it seemed like no one really cared.
Airing every day
From 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
And to me, this is one of those things. It's like, I don't know if he should be fired, but if he was a fireman, I feel like he just brought gasoline to the blaze instead of a water hose. If he was a nurse, I think he just pulled the plug on a healthy patient. If he was a waiter, he just peed in the kid's lemonade. You get the point. You compare it to other occupations. I mean, not saying he should be fired, but this is a pretty bad offense.
On 1340 WKGN.
I feel like if you pulled the plug on a healthy patient, they would just live. Like, if you pulled my plug right now, my heart would keep beating.
You get the point. A good point by you, but you understand what I was going for here.
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. Drink it responsibly. Let's drink in some Hour 2 headlines before we get Brooks Austin here at 9:20. What you got for me, Big Mug?
Thanks, John. Michael Jordan criticizes load management in the NBA.
Get a load of this guy.
He says it should never happen.
Yeah. Tell us, MJ. Come on.
Jordan addressed the topic of NBA players missing games in the second installment of a series NBC is calling MJ Insights to Excellence, which aired Tuesday night.
Which feels like it's just like I feel like they just do like an hour-long interview and they're going to stretch it out for like the first 3 months of the season, 3 minutes at a time.
Yeah, it's a big interview with Mike Tirico. Jordan says, well, it shouldn't be needed, first and foremost. I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. It was something that I felt like the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his butt off to get a ticket or get money to buy the ticket. He said his rule even applied to the people who came to games to cheer against him. Even for the guy who's probably up there yelling at me and I want him to shut up. He's calling me all kinds of names. I definitely want him to shut up. But you have a duty that if they're wanting to see you as an entertainer, I want a show, right?
Citing physical and mental exhaustion from basketball and stardom, Michael Jordan abruptly retired before the 1993-1994 NBA season.
We didn't take any games off.
Nope, just took full seasons off.
Just took the year off.
Never mind the season he came back in 95 where he came back with like 20 games left.
Yeah, but
60 games in that one.
Yeah, but he was locked in when he was there.
Yeah. Except for the time he just decided to quit twice because he was too tired. My mind is exhausted.
Well, he took a leave of absence. He took we call that in the business a sabbatical.
Yeah. Would you rather have somebody take a year-long sabbatical or miss a game once every other week? That's up to the interpreter. Now, I will say, maybe some people would say, hey, I hate not knowing if my players are going to play when I go there. I'm just saying, if you ever retired because you were, quote, mentally exhausted and physically exhausted, maybe don't talk about it.
Well, let's look at it from a radio standpoint because I feel like I'm kind of the Michael Jordan of radio here. I took off. I did the same thing as he did. I took a couple of sabbaticals.
Yeah.
Would you rather me do that and come back and, pretty much be here?
You do both. You do load management and Michael Jordan. But I
don't really do load management.
Huh?
I'll take a vacation here and there, but typically if I'm here, I'm here.
You do load management throughout the show. You decide which segments you want to participate in.
Well, sometimes, not typically this time of the year, though.
Last hour, you missed the first 5 minutes of the first segment.
Oh, I was taking an important call. The Russians have made landfall in Alaska. And,
you literally load managed the first segment. You came in. What are we talking about? What's this ledge thing you're talking about? The Michael Jordan of radio, I don't know. Maybe shave your head. Maybe we can get there. Get you a hoop earring. Maybe we can stick your tongue out.
I'll smoke the cigarettes
from time to time.
I'll play the golf. I'll drink the beer.
But
I won't have my father killed over gambling debts.
But your two sabbaticals that you took off, I feel like you lose the moral high ground when you're yelling about people's work ethic or yelling about people's time put in and investment and everything.
Well, let's say hypothetically though, would you rather have a guy there all the time, but he takes a week off every? How much is load management? What's the worst one?
I don't even know
why he did it a lot, didn't he?
To me, I don't even know if load management's still an issue. I do feel like the NBA has done a pretty good job of getting it under control a bit. We're on the down slope from it. It peaked a couple years ago, don't get me wrong, and it was annoying and it was gross. But then the NBA came out and said, hey, if you're going to try to win these awards and you're going to try to be all NBA and you're going to try to have all these accolades and contract incentives, you got to play X amount of games. and all of a sudden that kind of curtailed it a little bit.
A new poll shows that many NFL fans want more games despite the injury risks.
We want more games? Do you feel that way, Sam? Do you want more games?
More games in the United States. Maybe we can end these London and Germany games and Brazil and all that, but no, I'm good with 17.
Bubba, do you want more games in the NBA? Or excuse me, the NFL?
Nah.
Cody, do you want more games?
I think we have a good amount of games.
I kind of like 16.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I did too.
I'm used to 17 now. It's fine. So, like, if they do give us 18, I'm sure I'll get used to that too. But, like, I'm not sitting here clamoring for more games, and I didn't want 17 in the first place. I didn't want the extra playoff games even. I didn't want 7 teams to make the playoffs. But, yeah, it's fine. It's cool.
What would Jeff Fisher have been in a 17-game era? You got
alternating between 9-8 and 7-9.
You got to either have a winning record or a losing record with a 17-game schedule.
8-1.
There you go. You could do that. You could. Well, a new poll finds that half of NFL fans say, now this is a poll from, you're not very good sometimes at pronouncing things. This is one I've never known how to pronounce.
Okay.
Quinnipiac?
Quinnipiac? The school?
The poll.
I know the school is Quinnipiac.
Anyways.
Quinnipiac? You're sure of that?
Pretty sure.
It's not Quinnipiac?
I used to think it was Quinnipiac too.
How are you going to tell us all that you can't pronounce and then argue with Sam?
I'm not arguing with him. I'm just asking if he's sure.
I'm not entirely sure, but I'm mostly sure.
According to the internet, it's Quinnipiac.
What did I say? Quinnipiac? Yeah.
Hold on. Quinnipiac. No, Quinnipiac. Oh, that's just you guys talking.
Well, this new poll finds that about half of NFL fans say the league is doing enough to protect players from serious injuries. Most fans support expanding the season. 60%.
Man, I just disagree. I don't know if anybody's out there clamoring for more football.
And the fans
will watch it. Although, like, man, the NFL hasn't been good this year so far. I don't know if I'm getting older. I don't know if it's college football's been better. Maybe the Titans suck, but I feel like I felt this way the last 2 years that the NFL has really lulled through the regular season. Like the last 2 weeks we've looked and said, man, these games stink. And then they've actually stunk on the field. We haven't really gotten much good action on the field. I don't need more games. Now, maybe this week will be different. Let's see. Vikings, Lions. Okay, that's at least acceptable. Falcons, Patriots. No. Colts, Steelers. Broncos, Texans. Okay. Chiefs, Bills. That'll save us. Seahawks, Commanders.
I enjoy the NFL.
Will there be another bye week with this or no?
That's what I've always wondered. I feel like, if you have 18 games, you got to have 2 bye weeks, Bubba. I feel like.
Because all I was going to do is just push back Daytona another week, man.
500, push back again.
Now, if we can get the Super Bowl to be on the Sunday before President's Day and we just make that Monday a big old holiday, like
that'd be great.
We can maybe work on something there. Like I know that I feel like Trump's or somebody's at least hinted at that. If we can add 2 weeks to the season and get to President's Day and shut everything down on Monday, sign me up.
You're right, though, Bubba. Before you know it, the 500 will be on the damn St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, before you know it, be spring break at Daytona while the race is going on, I mean, who needs that? Anyway, but the 60% of people who support this, they say that the move for the players would be worth the increased risk of injury, which I can appreciate. A bunch of fans who were polled, they're like, yeah, the increased risk of injury, no big deal. We're not the ones getting hurt. We want to see more football. It does seem like NFL teams, you've had a lot of star players injured this year, a lot of big-time injuries this season.
No gross ones, though, right?
Well, I mean, no paralyzations or anything.
Well, I even mean just I don't even know. I feel like we've done a pretty good job of getting the bad hits out of the game.
Or the good hits, depending on how you define it.
Sure. Puka ankle,
what did CeeDee Lamb hurt? His groin. We had any big ACL tears or anything? Is anybody big out for the year?
Malik Neighbors.
Okay. Anybody else?
Joe Burrow.
Burrow is his toe. He's not necessarily out for the year. Because I feel like the injuries that are jumping out to me were like all like a month-long injury. Like Puka, Neighbors does stand out.
Mike Evans.
Okay, so he got hurt, came back, then got hurt again. He broke his collarbone, and he's going to be out for most of the year.
Are you saying Mike Evans or my Kevins?
Mike Evans.
Your Kevins?
All of mine. None for you, all for me.
You get all the Kevins.
Yes.
Like Bucky Irving, his was just a short-term injury. I was trying to think if we had many like season enders. None are really jumping out to me.
Is Bucky coming back?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
They got a bye week this week, but I'd imagine he'll be back after the bye week.
I have him in another league. Let's see.
Cam Scatterbo, of course, throw him on there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I need Bucky to come back.
Yeah, throw him on there. That was a gross one this weekend, but.
And the NCAA, last headline here, has delayed the rule change allowing athletes to bet on pro sports. The NCAA delaying this.
How far? How long are they delaying it?
The board voted Tuesday to push back the effective date of the sports betting legislative change, moving it from November 1st to November 22nd, one day after the close of a membership recession period. You remember earlier this week, or maybe it was last week, I think it was this week, Commissioner Sankey sent a note to the NCAA president expressing concerns about the change. So Greg Sankey's lobbying appears to have had an impact.
I'm on Greg Sankey's side here. I think most people probably are.
Don't let the boys gamble?
Not the college boys. Not in the middle of an NBA betting scandal. Nope.
Well, if they're betting on pro sports,
they just don't need to go down there. They could be susceptible to throwing stuff. I mean, that's the report came out yesterday that Terry Rozier had an $8 million lien from the IRS on him. So like that's maybe why he was susceptible to start throwing stuff. So like I just don't think you want to put that on college kids.
But if they can't gamble on college games, like would that matter? Does it matter if they're only gambling on pro sports?
Yeah, because they could still fix their games and just not gamble on it. Like if a college kid loses $100,000 gambling on the NFL, and Big Tony comes to him and says, "Hey, I'll give you $100,000. Just make sure you throw a couple interceptions for me in your game this weekend."
Why's the guy got to be named Tony? Feels like a harmful stereotype.
It's anti-Italian discrimination.
No, it was just Sopranos.
We support Columbus Day in this house.
Would Tommy work?
Tommy, there you go. Tommy comes and says, "Hey."
What's next, Vinny?
Big Dom comes and says, "Hey, goes to the Temple quarterback and says, 'Hey, I need you to throw a couple interceptions or else.'"
Nicky.
You'll be sleeping with the fishes. Let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll talk some ball with Brooks Austin. Stick with us right here on Fan Run Radio.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation, Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw premium vodka. Please drink responsibly.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Let's check in with our boy Brooks Austin, the film guy network over on YouTube. Smarter watching his stuff. He's got a great Tennessee-Oklahoma preview up on the channel right now. Let's dive into it a little bit. Brooks, before we start there, what's the biggest thing, your biggest takeaway from the last week of SEC football?
Man, you ask me this every week. I should come in prepared. Alabama still struggles with speed rush. Joey Aguilar is like, was he 100% on balls thrown 55 yards past the line of scrimmage on Saturday?
He was a 99.1 grade is what he was given on his deep ball.
Absolutely unconscious. So those would be my two things. Like, Alabama still struggles with speed rush and can't consistently find a run game, which might bite them in the butt last year. Or this year, they remind me of a lot of. They're a much better team. They play together. They fight. They're better in the criticals than this team last year. But from an identity standpoint, offensively, they remind me a lot of that Georgia team from a year ago where it's like, hey, we're going to run for 3 yards a clip, so we might as well just throw it 45 times today and try to throw for 7 yards a clip because that's so much more efficient than running our head against this brick wall that seems to be this run game right about now against SEC opponents.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to keep trying to run the ball, establish it. You always hear that growing up, but it does seem like Alabama said, hey, the short passes are pretty good too. We can use that as a run game. Now, Tennessee, on the other hand, we talked about it. Joey Aguilar throwing that ball down the field. Just how impressive was his performance to you as you broke it down, what he did against Kentucky?
It's so funny because statistically speaking in football, the deep sideline go ball is the most inefficient and most statistically it's hard to do. The odds of you hitting that are not very high normally. And then you turn on the film and you turn on that game Saturday night and that guy is walking down there handing them to his receivers. And I know you guys know this, but every time I rank him in the top 3 of my quarterback rankings, everybody's like, oh, no, this ain't. I'm like, guys, this kid's only going to continue to get better. I guarantee you there are still moments on Sunday when they're watching film where Heupel has to fully explain what they're trying to do systematically because this kid just got there in May. You know what I mean? We're still growing. We're still having new moments of aha I would imagine, as a young a quarterback that hasn't been there very long, and he's dialed. He's absolutely dialed. He's been dialed since day one. He's been dialed since game one against Syracuse. So I've been extremely impressed from jump, from day one, game one, and I'll continue to be so, I would imagine, throughout the year. I think the other thing is, like, look, when McElroy is telling me how bad your neck injury is on a television broadcast, it's probably way worse than he's even leading on, because the staff has been willing to tell the TV guy that this kid's hurt. And now he's going to go tell the world that he's hurt. Normally that stuff we keep in-house unless it's actually going to impact the kid's play. And I didn't see a kid that was very hurt against Kentucky. The kid was on fire.
Let's stop for a second. While you were talking about Joe, we got to give a round of applause to Mike Matthews, who started catching the ball.
Yeah.
You've been screaming about Mike catch the ball, and he's been catching the ball lately.
Yeah, that deep ball Saturday almost went through the wickets, though. If you see,
it didn't. It almost did, but it didn't. It's progress.
If you see the end zone copy of that, Mike Matthews is like, "Oh, I caught it! Yay, touchdown!" So yeah, no, that kid is an explosive play waiting to happen. I've been doing a lot of these radio hits lately, and I was on with Alabama radio yesterday, and I told them something similar about Ryan Williams. Like, Ryan Williams is never going to be and Mike Matthews is never going to be I had 12 catches for 110 yards type of day. Like, that's never going to be his stat line. His stat line is always going to be, I went 5 for 165, or I went 4 for 96. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be fewer opportunities, fewer amount of times he's touched the ball. But when he does, he has an opportunity to flip the game on its head. And that's just what you should, wait around for and be excited for when it happens. And then when he doesn't make a play, or when a ball goes through his hands, or whenever something like that happens, just wipe your hands and move on to the next snap, because the next snap might be another 60-yard bomb.
Talked about Joey Aguilar. On the other side on Saturday, Tennessee will welcome in John Mateer. John Mateer is not the face of college football like he was through the first month of the season. He seems to be struggling. What have you noticed when watching Oklahoma's offense?
So, my understanding of that thumb surgery was like supposed to be a 5 to 6 week timetable, and he came back in 17 days. So he rushed the hell out of it. I mean, to play against Texas, did everything he could to get back on the field, I think to a detriment of his long-term 2025 success, because I still see a kid that's not healthy. And this is a guy that, like, I tweeted about it, and Oklahoma fans hated me for it. And I broke it down on film and talked about it. And there are so many things mechanically about this kid that are not correct. They're not fundamentally sound. He floats from his right to his left the entire time, every ball he ever throws. He's from a 90-degree angle, which I'm fine from. I call him from the ear Mateer. I don't mind the throwing motion. It's all the movement in his body that creates errant misses. Now, that was when he was healthy. Guys, when this kid was healthy, he was like a 65% completion percentage guy, and not in a pro-style offense. Ben Arbuckle runs a very college-friendly, college quarterback-friendly, high-percentage offense. They're not a Kyle Shanahan deep play action. Like, it's not like that. Okay, so this was a 64% completion guy when he was 100% healthy, and now we're not mechanically clean. We're still not mechanically clean, and we have a thumb injury, and we're a 90-degree rotational thrower. Go try to throw a football from your shoulder column without a thumb. Just go try to do it and watch what happens to the football. You're going to lose the nose of it. It's going to spray all over the place. So now we went from a 64% completion guy that was extremely explosive to a 55% completion guy that's spraying it all over the place. And that's losing football. And you can see it in their play calling. They went from a team that was all John Mateer's legs and all John Mateer explosives in the passing department to, man, we got to shrink possessions and lean on defense.
Hey, Brooks,
you know what I mean?
Talked about the running game right there. That's something that jumps out, is that he's not as much of a dual threat. Is that by design because of the injury?
No,
is that
you
defense
can't do it.
Stuff? Okay.
I mean, God forbid he takes another errant contact off the thumb. I would have everything about when I watch Oklahoma football. It's why I don't rank him anymore in my quarterback rankings. They're not the same team. He's not the same player. They're not the same team. The coordinator's not the same right now. The coordinator is leaning on run, trying to shorten possessions and throw for 160 yards a game right now, that's not what they want to do. That's not what Arbuckle wants to do. Hell, I've seen this guy go no huddle and just randomly select and tag which wide receiver he wants to run a double move and a go route. Like if you normally watch Washington State last year, if you normally watch Oklahoma prior to the injury, they're getting on the ball and realizing, hey, the middle of the field's open, double move the tight end with Kanik right now. Let's hit him with a 45-yard explosive. And instead, when they see that type of stuff, they're like, hey, we got to run the ball and try to get into 3rd and 2 so we can convert the sticks. It's a totally different football team and identity right now.
We know that this is probably going to be one of the best downfield passing attacks that Oklahoma faces, but how important do you think Joey Aguilar's legs are going to be to extend plays and drives when Oklahoma's faced a lot of those guys like Jackson Arnold, Arch Manning, Sellers, and Chambliss?
Yeah, we've obviously put out our standard, like everybody else does, YouTube type preview, where it's just me and two jamokes talking about the game. We're going to get up on the board and show you the why and the how of this game today. And the thing that I'm going to go study in between the 5 or 6 things I got to do today, the thing I'm going to study most is the matchup between Tennessee's offensive line and Oklahoma's defensive line. Like you're talking about Joey running around. I think that's buying time. I don't think of Joey as a designed quarterback run guy. I don't want him that way. I think he is so far and away elevating this offense that I would almost call plays as if he's in bubble wrap, because I'm not trying to figure out what George McIntyre or my man Merklinger's got. That's not what I'm trying to figure out. No offense to those guys, but this kid's going to throw for 4 racks, so we don't need to be running him. But I'll be watching what Tennessee's offensive line's got for this Oklahoma defensive line. Our Mason Thomas and number 0, I forget his name, all right, and David Stone, those are 2 great football players, and they can get home really, really quickly with a lot of power. So I'll be curious to see what that is. That's what I'm going to be preparing the fans for today. That offensive line matchup for Tennessee versus that defensive unit and all the different looks that Oklahoma throws.
The Film God Network over on YouTube. Go turn on the notifications for when that drops. Brooks, when you've watched Oklahoma's defense, are they as elite as the numbers say, or have they kind of beaten up on a easy schedule when it comes to opposing offenses they've faced?
Now, look, they haven't played, apart from Ole Miss was the only top 75 offense they had played.
Right.
Is that correct, Jonathan?
I want to say Michigan might have been hovering around there, but yeah.
Michigan top 67,
yeah,
I think is what it was.
Yeah.
So you're correct. They haven't really, quote unquote, played anybody, Paul. But I do think that defense is legit. I have always said, especially like through the first 4 or 5 games when they had consistent offensive pulse, if you give Brent Venables 27 points per game, he will win a national title. I think that highly of him as a defensive coordinator and a defensive play caller. But the problem is they ain't got no offensive pulse, or consistent offensive pulse. So in these games, it's hard for them to win. I told Jonathan before the show, and I'm probably going to pick it tonight in our show this way, I think this game's got a potential to be this week's Texas A&M LSU. I think this game's got a potential for Tennessee to maybe open up a can. And the reason being is because I think
let's go. Talk to me.
I think when I look at it, man, like the matchup is going to be about Tennessee's offense versus Oklahoma's defense. And I think those are 2 top 5 units going against one another. And then we got a Tennessee defense that in the box, which is the primary concern from Oklahoma, in the box is a top 10 college football program. Now, they're not very good at linebacker and DB right now. You know that. You watch them. But Oklahoma struggles in the box. They don't struggle. They don't have elite weaponry elsewhere like you guys been playing the last several weeks. Vols roll. You heard it here first.
Vols roll. Love that. Tennessee's defense, your level of concern with them moving forward, just real quick on the way out.
Is Jamad coming back? He
was on the practice field yesterday. Out there limited. I think they're going to see what his knee does, because he had got on the practice field a couple of weeks ago, Brooks, and then the knee kind of swelled up, and they're like, okay, let's monitor. And then was apparently out there yesterday, and by all accounts, everybody I talked to says that he's still going to try to ramp up and play at some point this season. Now, whether that's Saturday, I don't really think so, but, catch a bye week, catch New Mexico State, get ready for the stretch run, I still think is very much on the table. But I will say, I don't know if you're aware, apparently there's a little bit of injury concern going on right now with Colton Hood, where he dealing with a little bit of a pulled muscle in the calf, which, of course, is scary when you look at, across the NBA, all the calf injuries that led to Achilles and all that stuff. So I don't know how cautious they're going to be with Colton Hood, a guy that I feel like you can't really afford to lose right now, especially, with the thin secondary already.
Oh, man. It's tackling to me. The tackling's poor.
Yeah. And the coaches were talking about that yesterday. The coaches said, hey, we got Rodney Garner came out and said, hey, we're too damn good. I'm too damn good of a coach for the tackling to be this bad. We got to get it cleaned up. So it has been at least a big talking point.
Tackling and angles. Angles are bad.
Yeah.
Not leveraging the football, right? If you got outside contain, we need to keep outside contain, right? If we're the most outside leveraged football player, he don't need to get outside of us. We need to turn it back to our teammates, right? That kind of thing. Just basic leveraging of the football and tackling is poor in the second and third levels of that Tennessee defense. Man, I don't know. At this point, I watch a lot of football, obviously. I watch a lot of tape. And I think everybody's bad at zone coverage right about now. Everybody but Ohio State. And maybe it's not defenses are bad at it, but offenses are getting really, really good at just being willing to go 5 yards in a cloud of dust all the way down the field. I can't tell you how many 10-play scoring drives I see nowadays in college football. Used to it was like 3 plays, 75 yards, or 3 plays and punt. Not anymore. And I think what that is a lot of teams playing zone coverage. A lot of teams playing cover 7. A lot of teams playing, hey, just keep everything in front type of defense. And that means we got to tackle well, and that means we eventually got to make a play. And I think Tennessee sets up well for that style of defense personally, because I don't think you can live on the edge. You'll die way too quickly. So just keep everything in front and hope that Joshua Josephs makes a play. Hope that Jackson Moy makes a play. Hope that Jordan Ross makes a play. And I think right now that's a good strategy, because those are the guys making plays for you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, and that's going to be important on Saturday. How does Oklahoma's offensive line? They're going to be able to hold up on the road against
young and porous. Young and porous. I don't understand. And for the life of me, I thought for 2 straight years, Oklahoma had major problems at wide receiver. Deion Burks cannot be your best weapon. It just can't. It can't be what it is. All right. The guy who had 800 yards at Purdue cannot be your number one guy. It can't be. So they've always had problems at wide receiver for me, and they've always had problems at offensive line since Brent Brett's been there. So that's what I'm looking at. Like, how are you, Fasusi, a true freshman left tackle? How are you going to handle Joshua Josephs playing with his hair on fire for 4 quarters? By the way, I don't think there's a football player in America that plays harder and more consistently longer than Joshua Josephs, for my money. That kid, I love watching that kid play. Plays like his hair is on fire.
We needed this, Brooks. We needed the vibes to get picked up. Some people in Knoxville have been.
Are y'all down in the dumpies?
I'm not, but a lot of the fan base is. A lot of the fan base is freaking out about the defense. A lot of the fan base is freaking out. Like,
guys, let me talk to you for a second.
Break it down.
You pushed one wide right against a football team in Georgia that you had on the ropes, probably should have beat. Okay. You lost by 17 on the road at Alabama to a playoff team. You lost by 17 on a game that was swung by 14 points on one play. Smile, baby. Smile, baby. It's all good. Go finish the rest of the season, be a 10-2 playoff team that avoids an SEC championship game and lick them wounds and go handle business and hope that you don't draw Ohio State in the first round.
Please, God, no Ohio State or no Indiana either. Brooks, appreciate your time as always, brother. The Film God Network, go give him a subscription. Give him a watch when he gets his Tennessee-Oklahoma film study done. They got their preview up. Appreciate you. Talk to you later.
No doubt, boys. Y'all be good.
Brooks Austin's appearance was brought to you today by Inward Half. You see me rocking the hoodie. If you need a nice little light weather hoodie, I could not recommend anything higher than this Inward Half piece I got on right now. You can go get you one yourself in their fall collection.
their campsite collection. What the hell they call this? I don't know what the hell they call it. You'll go to it. Inwardhalf.com. Todd and my boys, great folks, make a great product, great gift for you as well. I guess it's not too early to start thinking about Christmas gifts. Inwardhalf.com. I've not had anybody buy one and tell me that they don't love it. So you can be the next. Shout out to Brooks. Appreciate him. Shout out to Inward Half. Sam, send us a break. We'll come back. We'll dissect what he said on TalkSports. Stick with us.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Friday Night Lights are back, and that means so is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Join me, Tim Hill, a.k.a. Vols Tim 85, and my crew every Friday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Live action, live calls, and all of the biggest talking points in East Tennessee high school football. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show presented by SM Athletics right here on Fan Run Radio, 1340 AM, the free Fan Run app, and streaming live on YouTube on Fan Run TV.
Well, Sam, did that make you feel much better or about what you thought whenever we were talking about Oklahoma and their porous offensive line, their lack of explosive skill players? About what you thought, or because I got to say, it gave me a little bit of a shot in the arm. I was confident in this game, but hearing an outside perspective and a guy that's watched both these teams and broken them down, the level of confidence he had in Tennessee made me feel better.
Yeah, those were definitely things that I was like hoping would kind of come true. But yeah, to be able to kind of hear it from a guy that is quote unquote like third party, I think that definitely gives you a little bit more confidence, and just knowing that it's not like your fan brain that's convincing yourself of that stuff. You've got like a football mind that actually thinks that as well.
Well, it's funny because Oklahoma's fan base, I don't know how much you've seen of them online this week, but they're
terrified.
They're in shambles.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of sad actually, because I'm sure they did actually think they were back after they beat Michigan and they beat Auburn. It's like, yeah, this defense and wow, Venables and everything's good. That has been completely dumped on its head. It's been completely
I've seen
changed.
multiple Oklahoma accounts be like, maybe our bad offense and their bad defense will be able to counteract it, but there's just like, we have no chance in Neyland at night. What a crazy environment. That's something I would like to just hear them talk a little trash to me, honestly, instead of just lay down.
Now you'll have some of our fans be in there talking to him too, be like, "Oh, don't worry, guys, we suck too. Our defense sucks." Blah blah blah. But like, I have yet to see one like positive like Oklahoma fan. That they're pretty beaten down, and talking to Brooks, do you feel like Mateer gets credit for being, brave, or at this point, do we give him blame for lighting his draft stock on fire? Because he was a guy that was talked about as like a top 5 pick.
He's got another year if he wants it.
Before the injury. I know, but before the injury, they were talking about him being a top 5 guy in this draft. There was talk of that, he's just another name on the belt, another notch on the belt, another name on the tombstone with Arch Manning and Lenore Sellers and Cade Klubnik in terms of the elite quarterback prospects that at one point looked like top 5 picks who have ruined that.
Everybody talks about the injury with Mateer, but I mean, I didn't think he was that great before the injury. He's just kind of a runner. I mean, is he going to be a great passer? I haven't really seen that from him.
I do think the idea that they had to lose the run game because they're scared of him taking a helmet to the hand. I mean, I do think that's a fair concern, and I do think that he needs to be able to run to be as effective as possible.
Yeah, but I mean, I think.
But in terms of just being a drop back passer, no. Like I don't think.
Well, first and foremost, I mean, you got to be a great passer. If we're talking about his draft stock, he doesn't seem to me like the kind of guy that's ever going to really make it. But that's just how I feel.
No, I didn't view that about his draft prospects either. Like I didn't think that way about really any of these quarterbacks, which is funny because it's kind of played out that way, that like we keep trying to give somebody the top mantle and no one wants it. Yeah, so then we're going to end up and it's going to be like, okay, well, I guess Fernando Mendoza, come on down.
Well, yeah, and then he'll flame out. Like everybody tried to they sold for a while. It was Carson Beck, and then you finally see the real Carson Beck show up against Louisville. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's Carson Beck. I forgot. I thought he was good now. Quarterbacks just ain't what they used to be. They don't grow on trees.
No, they don't grow on trees.
Unlike plums. Plums grow on trees.
Bubba, you've been very negative about the boys really since like May. You've been negative about these boys. Did you come out of the conversation with Brooks feeling better whenever he said the Vols were going to roll?
I want to believe and I want to feel better, but then I just sink back into my negative, pre-conversation chats and thoughts.
Your abyss.
Do you feel negative about the Colts?
No, I feel really good about us.
Did you feel negative about the Colts coming into the season?
No, I bought into Daniel Jones 100% the day he signed.
Well, that's what I thought. So, why are you so negative about the Vols? Because it's not like you're just negative about all your teams. Because you're positive about the Colts. You just said why so much doom and gloom with the Vols? Is it to kind of counterbalance me and Sam and the fan base that's positive, or is it just how you?
She didn't include me in that.
Well, you're not positive. You've been down on the boys.
Well, I mean, there's
all year.
There's a couple things. Like I trust our running game 100%. Obviously, we see that with routinely a guy every week having 100+ yards, minus this past week. But all Big Bad Deshaun Bishop makes me feel that way for offense. Just defensively, I just feel like we're too many times over the middle of the field, or there'd be like little slants, drags, something like that. It also could just be paying attention at the wrong times and then tuning out whenever things are going well. Whether or not I'm looking at another game because it's like, oh, we're already up, 17. Let's just check out what's happening on this other game here.
I think Bubba's just putting on for the audience is what I think.
You think Bubba's just doing a bit?
I think so. He's playing that heel character.
That's crazy.
It's the wrestling in him. He's got that wrestler in him. He's being a heel as well.
Not everything's wrestling, Cody.
Not everything, but this is.
When he says that he thinks that this might be like LSU, Texas A&M, I do kind of think that that's on the table. It's kind of what we talked about with if Tennessee's offense can just score.
I don't think we're going to fire Heupel after this week. I don't see that personally.
No, but no, Venables ain't going to get – Venables won't get fired either. But I just mean an offense that gets stuck while another team just runs away from them. It kind of feels like Oklahoma's offense is similar to LSU's offense in that way. I want the ball first in this game. Sam, you're shaking your head yes. Cody, you agree? Get the ball first?
Give me that ball.
Yeah, like I feel like we should always kind of do that with Josh Heupel. If you're going to be an offensive team, now maybe not last year, of course, when you're a defensive team, but like if you're going to have this offensive version, especially against an anemic offense, let's take the ball, let's go out and score. Because if you have the same start against Oklahoma that you had against Georgia, I don't think they're coming back from getting punched in the mouth. Georgia's a little bit different.
Yes. Georgia's much different.
Yeah.
They have a championship culture.
Yeah. Like
Oklahoma has Brent Venables, our future defensive coordinator.
They can take that and get off the mat. Georgia can. I don't think this Oklahoma offense, this Oklahoma team, and their way they're set up would be able to.
How cool would it be if we hired Venables
as a defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool.
I mean, I know it's, I don't think it's far-fetched. I mean, if he gets fired, I think that's he's going to be a hot name, and Heupel loves bringing in guys that he knows. And if his hand is forced to make a change on defense.
You think it's more likely he comes coaches with Josh or goes back to like Clemson as a DC? Because Dabo also likes his loyalty and guys in the program and all that.
Yeah, could be either one. But I would love to see Brent Venables be our defensive coordinator.
Do you think Venables his job is in danger? Do you think that it could get possibly bad enough for him to kind of get fired?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 2 losses, 2 or 3 losses.
This year?
Yeah, I mean, look what's happening all over the country.
No, I know. I just – it feels hard for me to think he'd get fired, but at the same time, their schedule's so
It's
brutal.
a real possibility they lose out.
Yeah, like their schedule's so brutal. Like they do feel like they're 7-5 kind of at best, right?
No.
I mean, they go us, Alabama, Missouri, LSU.
I mean, they can win those last 2.
I mean, they could, sure, but they could also lose them.
Yeah, but those will be toss-ups. Like, I don't think they're going to lose out by any means.
I think 7-5 is kind of where I would put them if they lose to us. But yeah, like sure, if you told me 8-4, if you told me they beat Missouri with a backup quarterback and LSU at home, sure, that doesn't surprise me. And he wouldn't get fired at 8-4, right? Like you don't think he'd get fired there.
No, I mean, I think they'd be favored to win both of those games.
Right, I'm saying, do you think he'd get fired though if he lost those games? Or I guess first I said 8-4, but like
no, I think for him to get fired, he's got to lose one that's not Tennessee or Alabama. Like I think
lose one to either Missouri or LSU. So you think 7-5 because 7-5 would have him losing to either Missouri or LSU. You think that could get him fired?
I think it could in a normal year, but the more that I think about it, like maybe you wouldn't want to fire him.
Yeah. I think it'd be more possible he'd get the Billy Napier treatment of like we're going to try to give you a bunch of money and make this better.
Yeah, maybe you wouldn't want to fire him because LSU and Florida and Penn State are open, and then maybe Auburn and Arkansas. Like so, maybe you don't want to fire him because you don't want to end up with a bum coach. Where's Oklahoma rank in terms of jobs? Probably.
I'd have it down below Virginia Tech at this point.
Oh,
I would.
Oh,
I would. I 100% would.
Come on.
I would want no part of coaching Oklahoma. I would want no part of being Oklahoma.
I mean, it'd be number 4.
You have no path to being good in the SEC. There's no path for it.
What do you mean? There's no path?
There's no path for it. What's the path? They can't recruit good enough.
Get a winning coach.
They don't have the facilities. The stadium's nothing special. They don't have the infrastructure in terms of
the Gaylord Memorial Opera House.
In terms of in-state recruiting. They ain't got that going for them. I don't understand what the path would be for them.
They got the state of Texas.
You know who else has got the state of Texas? Texas. And everybody else. Like everyone's recruiting Texas. They don't have some type of claim to Texas.
You're telling me you couldn't sell a recruit to go to Norman, Oklahoma?
No. They're cooked. They're done.
Really, it just comes down to how much money you're putting up. They'll put up.
They don't have more money than everybody else either.
No, but they'll put up the money. They're Oklahoma.
Everyone's putting up the money though.
It's Oklahoma.
Vatek's putting up the money. Vatek got got it approved.
That got Oklahoma money.
Vitek got it approved to put like another $60 million or whatever towards sports when it came to their budget. Like their school's spending money. Like then the path to being good in the ACC is clear, much, much more clear than being good at Oklahoma in the SEC. Oklahoma's done for, man. They're Nebraska.
Oh, no, not Nebraska.
They are. They're done.
I don't think Oklahoma will ever be done. It's a blue blood. It's a blue blood.
That's exactly what you would say about Nebraska at this time 15 years ago.
Yeah. And they're still
No, they're done.
Traditional blue blood.
Yeah, they're done, though. They're donezo. They're done, though, and they're donezo.
Are you just relating the two because they're close geographically?
No, I'm relating the two because they're both just traditional powers that I think got swept up and lost in a changing landscape. And I think the same way, because, I mean, didn't everyone point to Nebraska, like, leaving the conference as kind of the last, like, thing that ruined them going from the Big 12 to the Big 10? That was kind of it for them.
Yeah.
I think Oklahoma leaving the Big 12 for the SEC is going to be what does them in.
It's really annoying seeing that they have how many 11-win seasons in the last 25 years, 14 of them.
Oklahoma,
and we have one.
Yeah,
but you got to realize those all came in the Big 12, so it's like, hey, we were playing a different sport.
Well, we are, and that's what we kind of warned them when they came to the SEC. And it's like, no, it's fine. We dominate everywhere we've been. And then
how do you think they feel now?
Bad,
because
bad. Man.
Well, not just them, but Texas too. Because now Texas, they had a nice introduction last year. They had a good team last year, but I think Texas has come back to reality a little bit too, and they're kind of like,
I mean, you have Sarkisian begging to go to the NFL. Like, please interview me, hire me.
That'd be crazy.
I would say Texas is still feeling like they belong among the big boys. And Texas, we'll see, because it's very possible they go 7-5. Like, it's very possible they have a real crash back down to earth, and maybe they would have regrets. But right now they're still 6-2. Did you know that they're playing their first real home game this week?
Well, that's what I was telling you earlier this week. This is the first real game in Austin.
Yeah.
The other ones were San Jose or
San Jose
Houston.
State,
Yeah. No, I did know that.
That's
why I've got them picked to beat Vanderbilt.
This is really, it's crazy. I was looking at it. Maybe you said that and I just missed it yesterday or whenever, but this is their first real home game. They played Ohio State on the road. Oklahoma was neutral site. Like Cody said, it was San Jose State and UTEP, Sam Houston, I don't know, somebody. This is the first real home game they have. That's crazy. I think they're going to beat Vandy too. So if they're 7-2 or whatever, I don't think they would have regrets at this moment, Cody.
Well, that's what I was talking about with their struggles. A lot of that's come away from home.
All of them.
All of it has been away from the confines of DKR.
And really, I mean, they won their neutral site game. So as long as they're not on the road, they seem to be okay.
Yeah. People aren't taking that into equation. Vandy's the new belle of the ball,
I do think Oklahoma, though, they have some real regrets. I mean, there's a chance that this would be their third season out of 4 seasons where they kind of max out at 7 wins.
4 seasons. That's a great hotel.
2022, 6-6. 2024, 6-6.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a chance they're 7-5 this year. I think at that point you start having a real tough look in the mirror.
It's pretty grim. How about this? I mean, Texas
not good at anything else either, other than women's softball. That's it. They suck at basketball. Suck at baseball. I mean, they're okay at baseball, I guess, but they're not good SEC wise.
How about the fact that Texas schedule, their only games in Austin are Vandy, Arkansas, and A&M. A&M, obviously, they get one huge, massive game.
It'd be tough to be a season ticket holder, but on the flip side, that means they had all those games last year at home, which is what we talked about, how easy their schedule was last year.
But whereas Neyland gets 7 home games every year, because of Red River, a lot of times they just get 6.
Yeah.
And that's not – it's weird that some schools choose to lose out on that revenue. I guess they make it up elsewhere.
They get the revenue, too. They get paid for doing the –
it's just half, though,
game.
Right?
Yeah, it's not as good.
It's like half the gate.
Yeah, but it's half. Would you rather have half every year or full every other year?
Oh, yeah, I guess it evens out, huh?
Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronakville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronakville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Ay. Overrated, underrated on Wednesday. Fan Run Radio, Talk Sports said, not in my house. I ain't talking to Kim, babe. Johnny Cody out here asking where the ops at. Tennessee Volunteers here for combat. It's the Cherokee Ghost, John Reed and Cody doing everything we can to bring Rocky Top back. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Never leave a witness, never leave loose ends. Nico ain't nothing but a nuisance. 2026, we making new friends.
Talk Sports.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. This Friday, we are unveiling a big prize to a winner. The box will be given away at Calhoun's on the River. We're doing an all-day party out there. 11 a.m., the Tony Basilio show leading into the playbook with William Pattison. Then the drive. If you're not doing anything on Friday and you want to kick off this weekend, maybe come dressed up. It's Halloween. Make plans to come hang out with us at Calhoun's. Hour 3 headlines coming at you. Stick with us. Go ahead. Buck's arguing with me in the chat. I'm rattled. Go.
Just go. Go.
Not
Just
taking
go.
a break here.
Yeah, just go. Just go.
The Saints are starting rookie quarterback Tyler Shug against the Rams. How do you say that one, Sam? Shug. Shuck.
Yeah.
Shuck?
Yeah.
Like corn? Like shucking corn?
Like the expletive, but with an S.
What
It's a very weird pronunciation for how it's spelled.
It is.
Shook. He's going to be shook whenever they play the team Rams. So they're starting him. Also, Malik Neighbors has had surgery for his torn ACL, and so good for him. He'll come back eventually. And how about this? Adrian Peterson, drunk again, and the former NFL running back who was arrested on charges of DUI and unlawfully carrying a weapon. Times are tough for Oklahoma, huh? Police found him asleep, it says, behind the wheel of his SUV at a suburban Houston gas station, according to court records out of Sugar Land, Texas. Police in Sugar Land found Adrian Peterson 9 a.m. Sunday, snoozing away in his vehicle as it was running and parked near a gas pump.
Has anyone ever said anything good about Adrian Peterson outside of, like, he's really good at running football? Like, have you ever heard a positive story about him? Otherwise, like, he got beat up by a civilian at a poker game a year ago. You guys remember that video?
No.
He gets in an argument with a guy at a poker table, which credit to the guy, he didn't get scared, because I feel like if you think, like, Adrian Peterson's coming at you, you're probably going to be scared. But he stood his ground and actually, like, kind of beat his ass, kind of put those paws on him a little bit. He beat his kid.
Right.
He's got a couple of these Deweys. I mean, I've never seen anything positive with Adrian Peterson outside of, like, he's really good at running football.
Didn't he file for bankruptcy a year?
Yeah, he's broke. Ago? Yep, good call. He's broke there.
Broke, beating up his kid, driving around drunk.
He ain't.
Hell, he sounds a lot like my Uncle Larry.
There's just nothing good about Adrian Peterson other than just like, hey, this guy was put on earth to run footballs.
My Uncle
apparently
Larry
nothing
was running
else.
back too.
Apparently nothing else. Apparently he's just here to play football and not bring anything else to the table.
The officer in the affidavit says, I interviewed Mr. Peterson and detected the odor of an alcoholic beverage emanating from his person.
I don't think you should mock our law enforcement.
I also observed Mr. Peterson had bloodshot, glossy eyes and slurred speech.
That'll do it. It's just CTE, bro. It's just CTE, I promise.
Bloodshot, glossy eyes and slurred speech. I know what that's a sign of. I asked Mr. Peterson where he was coming from. He said, a poker game in Houston.
He loves poker.
Peterson told an officer he didn't know where he was.
He just didn't have enough money to get invited to Chauncey Billups' poker games, I guess.
Yeah.
They needed rich people there.
Peterson told the officer he didn't know where he was and had been trying to get to his home in nearby Missouri City. Peterson told the officer he had had 2 or 3 shots of vodka mix several hours earlier.
What?
That's always a good line. Hey, have you been drinking tonight? Yes, I have. I did have 3 or 4 beers, but that was hours ago. You're better off not saying anything. Don't tell him you've been drinking if you have been. Jeez.
What?
I asked Mr. Peterson from a scale of 0 being completely sober to 10 being intoxicated.
It's like me. It's like my show topics.
Yeah.
Can you give me a number 1 to 100? How drunk are you right now?
10. 10. I'm all the way.
What was his answer?
He said he was a 2.
Okay.
Which, of course, you'd say that to the cops, right? You know.
I don't know
say anything.
Well,
like, I don't understand. Like all this.
That's the thing about drinking is you don't necessarily make the best decisions. That's the thing. Like if
if
he was sober, he might remember, hey, I shouldn't say anything that would incriminate me. But if he's actually drunk,
once they light you up, though, you can't say anything. Why would you say anything? I don't know why you'd tell them. Yeah, I've been drinking. You bet.
I'm about a 9, officer.
Yeah, you been drinking tonight, boy? Yes, I have. I've had 5 to 6 small batch bourbons. That's a lot. I'm going to have to ask you to step out of the vehicle. In God we must. Start handing him money. So he asked him scale of 0 being completely sober to 10 being intoxicated to the point of blacking out, where he would rate himself. Mr. Peterson stated he was a 2. They conducted a field sobriety test. He failed.
CTE. Injuries.
It got worse. They then found a Glock handgun in the glove compartment.
God.
Should the NFL do something to help its athletes once they get out of the league?
They do enough for them. They all get a pension, don't they?
Yeah, I was going to say that they give them a pension, but like what else?
Pay them millions of dollars.
What else should they do in this situation, would you think? Like, I mean, like lifetime Ubers for everybody? Like, I mean, I don't know, like what? I mean, help him get treatment? Like, hey, if he wants to go to rehab? I don't know if he wants to do anything, though.
A deal with Uber doesn't seem that bad in lieu of, NFL's interest.
No, it doesn't.
Give me a break. How much are we going to baby these athletes?
Now, I would say that judging Adrian...
Half of them can't read and write, Cody.
Judging Adrian Peterson, I don't think Adrian Peterson would probably take that into consideration and probably want to get an Uber.
Well, let's move along here. Try to find the next headline here. Find something not too controversial.
Did Bubba say most of them can't read and write?
Let's move on. Loyola Chicago set to honor Sister Jean. How about that? They're going to wear a jersey patch for her.
I don't like these patches.
What is it, a wheelchair?
It's just her face.
Her face?
Yeah.
They've got her face on a jersey patch?
I mean, as best you can in patch form.
I mean, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but she wasn't really a looker. You know? You really want to wear a jersey patch around with an old goblin on your... It is Halloween, I guess.
The picture makes her look a lot more pleasing than she was at the end of her life.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, they just can't be done with this woman, can they? Our biggest fan will be with us all season long. I mean, how does a player for Loyola Chicago? You think like, I mean, this guy, you go play basketball for Loyola, you got to wear this old woman on your jersey patch. Like, these players don't give a damn about this person, do they? Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
They did seem like they did when they beat our ass. They seemed like they cared.
Yeah,
don't you think?
Yeah, but I mean, that's when she was still alive.
Well, I know, but I'm saying, like, I mean, if you were, I mean, a freshman coming in maybe doesn't necessarily care.
Yeah,
but a senior probably does. No.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if he's had some time with her, but
right, like a senior.
Yeah, I
cares.
think that would be an important distinction for sure.
But a freshman probably doesn't, and like I don't think they should be doing this like 3 years from now, or even next year. But I got no issue with them honoring her this year.
Yeah. I mean, I figure the guys at least know who she is, you know.
I don't know if any of them are coming to,
assuming they can read and write, you know.
I mean, we do hear stories about, you know, just athletes getting kind of passed forward and all that stuff. And Adrian Peterson doesn't seem like the smartest guy or that makes the best decisions. But, Bubba, that was a pretty dangerous blanket statement you made about how most of the former players can't read and write. Or write, either one.
I mean, half of them, you know, foregoed their senior year of college.
Yeah, but you don't learn to read and write in college.
CTE, very dangerous sport, head injuries.
Well, that also, you know, that also makes it feel a little gross that you're making those type of jokes when you got CTE involved. It's a little gross.
I do think some of these guys probably have never really had to be an adult, though. Like a guy like Adrian Peterson was probably pretty pampered from. Now I don't know how he grew up, but by the time he was,
well, I mean, wasn't the story that he grew up with when his dad was in prison, right, for most of his
so
childhood? Like, wasn't that a thing?
So he had some adversity. But what I mean is, by the time they get to like high school recruiting age, like if you're a top prospect like that, like they're completely pampered and taken care of through college.
Sure.
And just, you know, they're the star and they get everything they want. And then they get to the NFL, they make millions, they get everything they want. Like they're pretty well taken care of. Like I guess I don't have a lot of pity for a former professional athlete who made millions of dollars. Then he's out driving drunk. He can't
Yeah, I don't think the NFL owes Adrian Peterson really anything. Now, like when it comes to the CTE and it comes to the brain stuff, yeah. I mean, I think the ex-players deserve some help there. And maybe if it comes out that Adrian Peterson's dealing with that, we look at this differently. But it's like I said, we haven't heard any good stories about Adrian Peterson at any point in his playing career either. Like before the CTE would have set in or whatever. Like he just seems just to be a scumbag.
Yeah. 14% drop in U.S. viewers for the first 2 games of the World Series.
Well,
speaks to your point that the Dodgers are ruining baseball.
Nah, I don't really care about that because we did the same thing with the Raptors Warriors, and it's like, well, of course, American TVs are going to drop a little bit when a team from Canada's playing. Like,
yeah, that makes sense.
I would say that, like, yeah, you're going to lose some of the markets in the U.S. because it's a Canadian team, but I mean, it's been a really good World Series. I feel like it's been competitive. The Blue Jays belong with them. I just haven't been interested in it. It's just a me and professional baseball problem. Sam, Bubba, have you guys been watching the World Series? Have you been focused on it?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm like locked in pitch by pitch though. It's just kind of on and I'm watching a little bit at a time type of thing.
You have multiple TVs in like the living room or something, and it's one of them.
Yeah.
Bubba, you care at all about this?
I've paid attention to at least a couple innings every night. Like Sam, it's been split TV duty.
Yeah, I really haven't watched. I don't think I've watched one play of the World Series so far.
How about Shohei going 0 for 3 last night? It just shows you the beauty of baseball, doesn't it? After reaching base 9 times, 9 for 9 on base the night before.
I think it's important to say they
walked
him 5 of those times.
Yeah,
now,
but he was still 4 for 4.
4 for 4 is great. Yeah. I'm just saying it wasn't like he got 9 hits or drew 9
No, but
balls.
to reach base 9 times is like unheard of.
The real part of that story is like, wow, look, the Blue Jays actually pitched to him and he didn't get on base every time. Or didn't hit a home run every time.
The Blue Jays were playing scared when he was 4 for 4.
Now,
they're acting like they're never going to pitch to him again.
I don't think they should have pitched to him in the extra innings game. I don't think you should do it there because in the extra innings game, he'd hit 2 home runs, roped the double, I believe.
He was red hot.
And also, like, every time he would have came up to bat in extra innings, one swing of the bat could have ended the game. So, like, I get it there. But, like, I don't think you walk him at all times, which they didn't do.
But the over-exaggeration of it, of like, oh, yeah, you just can't pitch to this guy anymore. Like, that's crazy.
I don't think you should pitch to him in the bottom of an inning in a tie game, like when a walk-off ends it. I don't think you should do that.
Yeah, but they were talking about, like, the next day.
Yeah,
like, do you walk him intentionally from now on? It's that's crazy.
No, we're not going to do that. And credit the Blue Jays for not doing that. They did walk him in his first at bat, but I don't think it was intentional, right? They just pitched around him a little bit.
Yeah.
He drew a walk, and then they got him out the next 3 times.
He went 0 for 3, though, despite getting what he called quality sleep. Apparently, Shohei loves to sleep.
He blew the game. He's the reason they lost.
6 hours and 39.
He took the L. Your little boy Shohei took the L.
More like El Tani, huh? 6 hours and 39 minutes for Game 3. Game 4 was over in 3 hours. What a big difference!
Shout out to Vlad Guerrero taking him deep.
It's a good series.
I said, I might tune in whenever the Dodgers get 3 losses. You know, if the Blue Jays have a chance to win the World Series in Toronto, for example, I'll probably watch. If there's a Game 7, I'll probably watch some of it, depending on what's going on in my life.
You should tune in. It's been good quality baseball.
You can't tell me to tune in whenever you don't tune in to the NBA or WNBA.
You have a responsibility as a sports radio professional.
You don't watch the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I do.
You don't watch the NBA playoffs.
I do too.
You don't watch the NBA playoffs, and I don't think you watch the finals either, honestly.
I watch the finals.
You don't. No,
somewhat.
Not really.
I do.
You didn't watch any of the WNBA finals?
Well, I mean, no, but neither did the rest of America. So, but I mean, this is a Big 4 sport.
Duty. Big 4, sure.
Big 3. We ain't watching the Stanley Cup either. Let's be honest.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, people don't need to hear my takes on that.
Well, the World Series has been fun.
If it wasn't the Dodgers, you wouldn't be watching. No, you wouldn't. You didn't watch any of the damn Rangers. Who'd they play in the World Series? Rangers and who'd they play a couple years ago?
The Rangers?
Yeah.
When they won the World Series a couple years ago?
Yeah, who'd they play? Who'd they beat in the World Series?
Was it
Who the hell was it?
Wasn't the Dodgers.
No, because you'd have watched that.
Yeah. Is it the Phillies?
Maybe. Was it the Phillies?
Diamondbacks.
Rangers and D-backs? Who the hell's watching that?
2023.
That's after the Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers, huh?
Yeah, I definitely wasn't watching that.
So don't come on here talking to me. Well, you gotta watch. You only watching your teams in it. Hypocrite.
Well, yeah. I'd like to think I'd be in the position you are. Like if it's an elimination game, I might watch no matter who the teams are. Maybe.
I got no problem, obviously, with people that watch. I'm not trying to poo-poo baseball. I get it's a big deal. I get people love it. I'm just saying it does nothing for me. Especially the Dodgers do nothing for me. I don't care to watch them. I think they're a black eye on the sport.
I think it's pretty cool.
They're the biggest problem in the sport.
They are what's talent.
They are what's wrong with baseball. And I just think it's a stupid league when it comes to just teams playing completely different sports with completely different rules. Sometimes it's beautiful, but 90% of the time it's just dumb.
Well, what's your answer? A salary cap?
Salary cap. But it ain't going to happen. And I'm not even saying it should happen. If baseball wants to be their own thing and not have a salary cap, that's fine.
Salary floor.
Salary floor.
Cap.
Yeah, salary floor is probably a better answer, Sam. Just
what good does that do?
Just makes the Pirates.
Makes the worst teams spend money.
Yeah.
The Dodgers have money. It's not their fault that they have money and they spend it. It's these teams like the Pirates and the Marlins and all these bottom feeders.
That's honestly
spend money.
Yeah, that's honestly probably a better solution. Let the Dodgers spend $1 billion if they want to spend $1 billion, whatever. But when the Pirates and Devil Rays, I know they're just the Rays now. Whenever they have a whole roster worth Shohei Ohtani, that's just dumb to me.
So some teams some owners refuse to spend money because
they just collect a check.
They just want more profits.
Yeah, they collect a check. They don't have a market, and they just don't spend any money.
Well,
and I just think that's a dumb sport.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you own the team, though, you can do what you want to do.
Yeah, you can. I think they should be forced to sell. I think they should make them sell the team. Personally, I think there's enough money out here, and people want the teams enough that you shouldn't be able to hold your market hostage. But I also understand that it's America, and you can't force people to sell stuff you don't want them to have. I get that.
The Dodgers are still such a well-run organization, though, even though they are such big spenders.
What do you mean?
I mean, credit to the Dodgers for not firing Dave Roberts. You remember all those years? Everybody
Dave
said,
Roberts
Dave can't get it
Dave
done.
Roberts ain't doing nothing.
That guy's on the verge of winning 3 World Series.
Okay, send him to coach the Guardians and let me see what he does. Send him down to the 25th paid team in the sport and let's see what he does.
You couldn't have stolen that base.
I couldn't have stolen the base, but I could manage Shohei Ohtani.
You could manage Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
But, okay, so
put me
first
there.
You could coach the Dolphins. Now you're saying you can manage Shohei Ohtani.
I could have called some offensive plays.
You wouldn't even be able to communicate with Shohei Ohtani.
Neither can Dave Roberts. He has a translator, dumbass.
You wouldn't have the translator, idiot.
I wouldn't have the translator.
You wouldn't know how to find him.
Shohei Ohtani would have the translator.
You wouldn't even know how to find him.
Call the police station. Get me in touch with Shohei's interpreter.
Say you can manage Shohei Ohtani.
I can manage the Dodgers.
Give it a rest.
It ain't hard to manage the Dodgers. Oh, here's all this money.
You could manage the Dodgers. This guy says he could coach the Miami Dolphins. Now he said he can manage the Dodgers.
I could GM the Dodgers.
The Dodgers would be the worst team in baseball if you managed them.
Get the hell out of here.
They'd be the worst team in baseball.
Get the hell out of here.
Who do you think you are?
I can read a chart. Oh, analytics say here, bring this pitcher in. Boom, got it.
You'd be slogging through series with the White Sox if you were the manager.
Dave Roberts sucks. He's not anything special.
You wouldn't know when to pull
He's
guys.
Got a $350 million payroll.
You'd have some pitcher out there on 142 pitches.
Wrong.
Oh, I got distracted.
Wrong.
I got distracted. I was betting on the WNBA. I forgot he was still on the mound.
Don't talk about my pitching strategy. You've seen me dominate people in the show. I don't give up runs. I know how to call pitches. I know how to handle pitchers. They give up 1 or 2 runs max.
He's got to be over there
show.
sitting on his phone trying to order Jersey Mike's, and the damn pitcher would be getting teed off on.
If I was getting Dave Roberts money, I might could afford Jersey Mike's. I can't afford $16 lunches. It's a damn shame how expensive
How much
Jersey Mike's has gotten.
Has it gone up significantly in the last?
I got some on Sunday, a damn combo, and then I always feel bad and hit a 10% tip. It was like $16, and I said, "You got to be kidding me! This used to be $10."
That's crazy.
After tip, whenever I'd go. But yeah, like the Dodgers payroll is $350 million. The Marlins are the bottom of the league. They spend $67 million, $68 million. That's one Shohei Ohtani.
The Marlins?
Yeah. The Cubs, who are even like a big market and spend money, they get outspent by the Dodgers $140 million. That's the equivalent of the 18th biggest team in the sport. That's the gap between 10 and 1. I'm good. It doesn't do anything for me. It's different rules.
Maybe these other organizations shouldn't be so broke.
Now that I agree with. I do agree with you there. I think they should be forced to sell the team and spend some money. I just can't imagine being a damn Pirates fan. What's the point?
Just if you love baseball, I guess.
Yeah, but like your team's never like you're going to get stars, and the moment you get Paul Skeens, what do they say? Oh, can't wait till he ends up with the Yankees. Oh, he's going to go to the Giants. Oh, Paul Skeens is going to get moved. They're going to trade him. As soon as you get somebody, it's just dumb.
At least you got Livy Dunn to look at.
For now.
Those pit stains under her arms.
Yeah, I still don't know what was going on with there. Bubba's got overrated, underrated topics coming at you. Stick with us.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah. They specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced. Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Overrated. Very overrated.
It's overrated.
Overrated, my friend.
Overrated. I'm going to tell you why.
I think that's a solid rated right there. It's perfect rated.
He underrated, man. He has some swag. He has some real swag.
Lobsters are underrated. They don't die.
It's Wednesday. You know what that means. It's time for Overrated, Underrated.
Man, I love when you do that.
Thank you. This week's opponent, Oklahoma. Ain't no love in Oklahoma. Just the whistle of a long black train. As Luke Combs, who is not from Oklahoma, would say.
VFL.
Yeah, also a Vandy FL and App State FL and whatever other team for life. But that doesn't matter. What does matter is overrated, underrated on this fine day. So, starting off, gentlemen, we have the Great Depression. Is that overrated or underrated?
I feel like it's properly rated. Seemed pretty terrible to be alive during. Feels pretty scary. I feel like it's been accurately portrayed throughout history. It's bad. It's depressing, if you will.
On one hand, it's great. On the other hand, it's
on what
depression.
hand? On what hand is it? Oh, great depression.
Quite the oxymoron, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's good stuff.
I'm the oxy. You're the moron.
Yeah.
You know, how great can it really be? I mean, it is cool to say, if you lived through it, I would say it's cool to say that you made it through that you lived through something great. You know, it's a big event in your life. I survived the Great Depression. Not just a regular depression, not just an average depression, the Great Depression, the greatest depression the world's ever seen. And you survived it. That's cool. You leave a legacy. You know, you went through something that is regarded as being a great event. Now, the struggles were probably profound. Imagine there was a lack of food at times. You may have had family members who were somewhat emaciated. I don't know. I don't know if it's overrated or it's hard for me to say.
Can I ask a question?
I wasn't there.
Maybe this is a dumb question, but what the hell does this have to do with Oklahoma?
I felt like the Great Depression, you know, when people think about that, they think of, you know, out there in the Midwest, the plains and...
Huh?
You're thinking of tumbleweeds, aren't you?
I'm just thinking about the middle part of the United States.
Are you thinking of depression and desert? Like, what is... When I think of the
Dust Bowl?
When I think of the Great Depression, I think of...
thinking of.
When I think of the Great Depression, I think of stocks and people jumping out of buildings and just poor people.
I think of people out on the plains.
The Dust Bowl happened around the same time, right? They kind of get grouped together. Isn't that a thing?
What the hell is the Dust Bowl?
The Dust Bowl of 37?
I don't know the year on the Dust Bowl.
It says it occurred in the 1930s.
I think that's probably what Bubba was thinking of. And that propaganda we've seen through the years where there's like that tumbleweed rolling and it's just dusty and everybody's poor. I think Bubba kind of grouped those together. So I get where he's coming from there.
I don't know what the hell the Great Depression in Oklahoma have in common at all.
You never heard of the Dust Bowl?
I mean, I've heard of the Dust Bowl, but like
that's what we're going to be playing in if we end up at 7-5.
I mean, the Dust Bowl. I mean, it's just a bunch of dust, right? Like, what does that have to do with the Great Depression either? Like, I don't know what the hell that has to do with anything.
That's what they should call the Sun Bowl. Forget the Sun Bowl. If you've ever been to El Paso, you know it's nothing but dirt. Call that the Dust Bowl.
All right.
I don't know. I'll say properly rated too, I guess. I mean, I don't know, Bubba.
I'm just confused.
I'm sure it was a tough time for a lot of folks.
Yeah. Yeah. You grew up with an appreciation of money and making sure you didn't.
But how hard? I bet that war hit like heroin to the vein.
Yeah.
Finally got some industrial productions. I got me a job again. I got me a job. Had to have been great. Oh no, I'm off to war. Shoot.
I thought you'd probably be happy to go.
Yeah, probably. I'm going to go fight for my country.
Go ahead, Bubba.
I couldn't exactly tell you where Norman, Oklahoma is on the map, but I imagine that
It's around Oklahoma City.
Somewhere around, Tornado Alley. So, gentlemen, are tornadoes overrated or underrated?
You mean like, do I like tornadoes? No, I don't like tornadoes. Like, or destruction wise, and they're pretty bad. They're probably properly rated there. I don't like tornadoes. They're scary. They do a lot of destruction, so they're overrated there. Who the hell likes tornadoes? They're scary. Windy. I want no parts of them. Overrated.
Tornadoes are underrated in terms of like natural disasters. It's probably the coolest one you can see, just because like you can't really see an earthquake. You can't really see a hurricane. Like, yeah, you see the stop signs flying through the air and everything. It's like heavy rain, heavy wind. But a tornado you can actually see. Like, it looks intimidating, which I think is a pretty cool weather phenomenon, to just see that big black swirling abyss of death. Now, you don't want to be in one, for sure. I mean, if you can avoid it. But like the El Reno, for example, you familiar with the El Reno tornado?
No, I'm not.
Well, that was a big Oklahoma tornado, and it was over 2.5 miles wide.
Damn.
At its peak. Over 2.5 miles across the entire tornado. Like, if you watch the videos, you ever watch tornado videos? I mean, I think tornadoes.
What's it called again?
The El Reno.
El Reno?
Yeah. And it's the widest tornado ever recorded at 2.6 miles across its peak, at its peak.
Oh, this is 2013?
Yeah. Tornadoes are pretty cool. And when I say cool, I mean, like, if you can see it from afar, obviously. Like,
No, they're scary. I mean, they are very, very scary.
Like, nobody wants to be in the damn thing.
No, they're very scary.
And
the
it's
sky gets dark. I mean, it's
unfortunate that people lose their lives and all that, of course. But I'm just saying, from a pure like entertainment standpoint. Well, that
entertainment.
Well, that may sound insensitive. I just think I love seeing tornadoes. Let's say if it's just going across a field. I don't love when people lose their homes and get destroyed. That's not what I'm saying. But if you can just watch one going across the field, pretty damn cool, right? Probably the coolest weather thing you can see, if we're being honest. So I'll go underrated on tornadoes.
Tornadoes are cooler than hurricanes, right? In terms of just like,
yeah. Unless you get to be one of those pilots, like one of those with the trained Air Force guy who like flew into the eye of a hurricane. That'd be pretty cool.
I just saw a video of the plane like that, those people that are flying into the one in Jamaica, and it's crazy. The on-flight footage is just, they're just shaking all around.
Yeah. Natural disasters are cool.
Disagree. Not a fan of them at all.
If no one dies is what I'm saying.
Just strictly as weather phenomenon.
Yeah, just those big-ass natural disasters that everyone lives through. Yeah, those are real cool.
Like, imagine seeing that tsunami that hit.
Yeah, everyone lived through that. No one died at all in the tsunami.
Imagine being on the beach. Just say, oh, well, we have our sandwiches here.
I don't think you would say that was cool.
Ham and cheese for you. Turkey and cheese for me. Let's get the umbrella out. How about a margarita? Oh, my God.
I don't think that'd be cool at all. I think that'd be pretty scary.
Yeah, it would be, but that fear that inspires, that terror, that's kind of the cool thing about it. Is like same reason you love Halloween. Is why I love natural disasters.
Yeah, God loves natural disasters, but keep in mind he cried whenever they pulled a gun out on him. So, like, if you can't handle a gun being put on you, I don't think you'd be able to handle a wall of waves coming to drown you and wipe out everything you love. Like, I don't think you'd be like, wow, that's cool.
Like it. First of all, I said I don't like it when people die.
You sat there and cried at the slight fear of a gun being pulled out to you. Now you're going to act like you... I love natural disasters. They're so cool.
It's really insensitive of you.
It's not computing.
As someone who's supposed to be a friend, to sit there and make light of me being held at gunpoint. I mean, that's pretty insensitive.
I'm not even making light of it. I'm just saying you can't be like, I like carnage and anarchy, guy. I like it when all this crazy stuff happens that scares people, and then you sit there and cry the first moment you face a little adversity.
I'm saying the feeling it gives you.
The guy clearly.
It's like riding a roller coaster.
You don't like the feeling. You cried. You wept. You boo-hooed. The guy clearly wasn't
cry.
The guy clearly wasn't going to shoot you, and I'm still not even sure he had a gun. To be honest, I think you kind of fabricated. To be honest.
Stop saying I cried. You weren't there.
I think he took a magic
You
marker.
weren't there.
I think he had a magic marker in his hoodie. And
were you hiding in the bushes? Did you see me cry?
You told us you cried.
I did not.
You did.
I did not. It's like how you used to say I cried when I lost my friend's car.
You 100% cried about that. You 100% told us about that.
I don't cry.
You said this one was just the rain, is what you're trying to say.
Well, it was. It was pouring down rain.
Said there's water all over my face. I don't know if I was crying or if it was just the rain.
Well, that may have been.
Guy got held up by a magic marker, and now here he is.
A magic marker.
I love tsunamis. I love scary things. Tornadoes. Wow.
Yeah, have somebody put a Glock in your face and see how you feel.
You don't think that's happened to me?
No.
You don't know anything about
it. It hasn't happened to you.
You don't know anything
when
about
you're
my
sitting
past.
at the Chili's bar hitting on the Cougars.
You don't know anything about my past.
Having a gun pulled on you. That don't happen when you're sitting there eating hot wings.
Speaking of unfortunate events in human history and natural disasters, the Trail of Tears, overrated or underrated?
What do you mean? Is it overrated or underrated? I mean, it sounds awful. I feel like we use it a lot, probably like insensitively. It's probably really, really bad. It's bad. It's no good. So what is the Trail of Tears? The Trail of Tears is we basically we got all the Native Americans and we marched them. I mean, that wasn't just Oklahoma either, right? I mean, this is just that started like in the South, right? The Trail of Tears is like there's places.
It's spanned across the country,
right? There's places in Georgia. There's places in Tennessee too, right? With the Trail of Tears, I believe.
Let's see how far the Trail of Tears goes. Trail of Tears.
Now, sure. I mean, I understand Oklahoma is a big part of the Native American, what's left of the not settlement.
The Trail of Tears is a lot in Tennessee.
That's what I was saying. Like it's all over Tennessee
and
Georgia,
a lot in
right?
Arkansas.
Okay, yeah, it was basically from here to.
It's mostly Tennessee, Missouri, and Arkansas.
Okay, I was thinking Tennessee, Georgia. Georgia didn't have a big part of it.
I mean, yeah, there's some in Georgia.
Okay, I thought Georgia had a big part of it,
but
too.
it looks like, honestly, like the majority of what they consider to be the Trail of Tears.
But I guess it did just get everyone got sent to Oklahoma, though, right?
Yeah,
I guess
that's
the point.
Yeah.
I had to work through. I was just talking about it.
Yeah, they were going to Oklahoma. So I mean, it
just caught me by surprise because when I hear Trail of Tears, I think of our region. But obviously, like if they ended up in Oklahoma, that's where the connection was.
Looks like the Trail of Tears went right through Nashville. Mostly, the majority of the routes were going right through. You think they stopped at Broadway?
That's not funny. That's in poor taste.
I don't think it's funny either. It's just asking a question.
President Andrew Jackson was able to gain congressional passage of the Indian Removal Act in 1830. Which authorized the government to extinguish any Indian title to land claims in the Southeast.
I don't know how to put a rating on these, Bubba. I tried to work through the tornado thing.
Is Oklahoma just depressing? Like when you think of Oklahoma, what's next? Timothy McVeigh? Like what are you going to do next?
Well,
domesticated terrorism. Like
well, I did not consider those events.
Oklahoma does have a pretty dark history when you combine all the tornado disasters with Timothy McVeigh, with the Trail of Tears, and just generally being in Oklahoma. I mean, there is a lot of depression there.
What about carriage rides?
Could we not have done like Garth Brooks or?
We already talked about him the other day. Carriage rides.
What, you mean on the Trail of Tears, or?
I think a carriage ride would be pretty fun. Probably still slightly overrated because eventually you realize you're just looking at a horse's ass and it's pooping everywhere. And you're like, oh, this is gross. But girls love carriage rides. Get in there, make them feel like a princess. It's probably a little underrated.
Creep. Do you think you can hike the Trail of Tears?
No, I'd say it's mostly like I think there's big parts of it's like on the interstate, right? Like I've seen when I've just been I guess not.
I don't think they had I-40 back then.
No, I was just saying the interstate would replace it. Like but I'm sure there's ways around it.
Well, you got to cross the Mississippi at some point, and they tried to cross it. It looks like one tribe they crossed at Memphis, and a couple of them went on up to Cape Girardeau, which that is where they built the highways there to cross the Mississippi. So,
and Dr. Phil.
Is he from Oklahoma?
Yep.
Really?
Or at least an alumni or something to do with that.
Underrated. I used to watch Dr. Phil every day. Me and my buddy Mo from back home, when we were in college our first semester, we would just drink in the afternoons and watch Dr. Phil.
I've heard this damn story
and then we would gamble on the commercials. We'd put little wagers on what commercial was going to play next. It was fun. We had a good time. There was this law firm called Rainwater, Holt and Sexton. They were the most played on the local TV station. So you didn't get great odds with Rainwater, Holt and Sexton, but you put $5 on it, you win 3 or whatever. But it's fun times.
Anything else?
We could get fast food chain Sonic.
Vastly overrated.
Oklahoma as well?
Stillwater.
Oh, I knew that.
Vastly overrated. And I've been a Sonic guy my whole life. I mean, we used to eat it back home all the time, but the quality over the years has dipped to just extreme lows. It is very poor quality beef at this point, very poor quality food. If you notice, do a fast food test and tell me you don't feel the worst after eating Sonic. Like, take a day and eat McDonald's, take a day and eat Wendy's, eat Sonic.
I think you're just getting the wrong thing from Sonic. When I get their grilled chicken sandwich, it's fine.
Ugh.
The grilled chicken sandwich is fine. The Oreo blast is fine. I don't feel anything worse than other fast food places. Now, if I go there and I assume you're getting the big damn chili dogs,
the
damn chili tots and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's more of the problem than Sonic. I think it's your selection.
Their burger quality.
Why put the chili cheese coney on the menu?
I don't get those things. So maybe I'm speaking from a place of ignorance, but I don't think it's a Sonic problem as much as it is just what you order from Sonic problem. It's like
what
going to
Arby's.
What
are you saying? You're supposed to order grilled chicken?
I'm not saying it's that or not. I'm just saying maybe
grilled chicken.
I'm just saying maybe there's stuff on the menu that doesn't hurt your stomach, that doesn't taste as bad.
That grilled chicken ain't good quality either. That ain't even chicken. That's grilled goose.
I always liked it. It's like we talked about with Arby's though. I don't get the chicken sandwich from Arby's anymore. But guess what? The roast beef still slap.
That ain't roast beef either. That ain't roast beef you're eating. That's goose meat.
What the hell are you talking about? No one eats more fast food than you, so you're just now you're going to put it all down?
Bird.
What fast food?
It's a COVID bird you're eating.
What fast food places are you going to that you feel good about then?
Don't act like I'm a big fast food guy.
You eat more fast food than anybody.
Just because I'm fat doesn't mean I eat nothing but fast food.
I didn't say.
I eat a lot of good quality food.
Never said you ate nothing but fast food.
I just eat too much volume.
Which is what I said. I said you eat more fast food than anybody. I didn't say you only eat fast food.
No, you're making me out to be fast food fatty. I don't really like
Didn't
fast
you talk
food.
about going on a road trip and eating 5,000 calories from the same from different fast food places?
Now that
10,000 calories.
Now that was a bad day. That was.
Don't paint me as fast food guy.
Well, that's one day.
Let me tell you about the time.
define everyone at their lowest moment.
I've watched
that
you
was
go,
one day.
I've watched you go to McDonald's and get 10,000 or not 10,000, 3,000 calories for breakfast, then turn around and go back for lunch. I've watched you eat plenty of fast food.
I don't do that regularly.
I'm not saying you do it regularly.
Yes, I overeat, but I eat good food.
You eat more fast food than anybody I know, which is what my statement was. You are the person
That's
in my
not
life.
True.
You are the person in my life that I like. You think about Oklahoma and the Dust Bowl with the Great Depression. When I think of fast food, I think of Cody McClure.
That's just not true.
You've talked plenty about it.
Now, if you want to say Mickey D's breakfast, yes, I had an addiction.
That's fast food.
I had an addiction to that for some time in my life.
That's fast food.
I did have an addiction to that.
Taco Bell. Then
I don't eat at Taco Bell. What are you talking about?
What was it last week, Sam? You ever go get the McDonald's fries and then dip them in the KFC
That was
gravy.
a joke for the radio.
Oh, it's just
that.
a joke.
I was exaggerating. That's Cartman. Cartman does that.
Oh, okay, so you don't do that.
That was an exaggeration
So you
for
don't,
the radio.
You're saying you don't do that.
I mean, it's,
you're saying you haven't eaten fries with KFC's gravy? Is that what
I'm
you're
not going
saying?
to say I've never done it. I'm not going to say it's never happened once.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to say I've never done it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be painted as that guy.
That's you.
I eat good quality food.
You do. You also eat fast food.
I made a whole pot of chili yesterday.
Okay,
Homemade.
that's fun. Oh, the Wendy's chili. Let me tell you about the time I ate the
It
Wendy's
ain't bad.
chili.
The Wendy's chili ain't bad. I have eaten enough to know, though, that Sonic is disgusting at this point. That chili cheese coney does still slap, but you're not going to feel good after you eat it.
Last call on the other side. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Last call here on the program. Nice little Wednesday edition of Talk Sports. It's possible I was wrong about not associating Oklahoma with the Great Depression. Many people are saying I'm wrong. That's fine.
Who cares what they say? They're just haters. I wish Brooks Austin could hear the versatility of this show. Like after we do the interview with him, or after you do the interview with him, and then like if he just stayed on, just kept listening to the radio, you know, and just came in for that segment, he'd be like, "What the hell? The Trail of Tears?" Just like totally confused about what he'd just gone on for an interview for. I like to think you'd enjoy it.
Bubba, what we missed so far today?
A couple things locally. We have the Lady Vols with their preseason exhibition against Columbus State tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the ESPN Plus app as well. If you don't want to watch it live there,
Who are they playing?
I believe Columbus State.
They thought they were scrimmaging India.
Did you see where Kelly Harper? She got her exhibition. She got her tenure as the Missouri head coach started with a loss to Maryville. Not the Maryville here, which when I saw the headline at first, I thought it was the Maryville in Tennessee, but it was still a low-level, embarrassing loss for her.
She sucks.
Yeah, I'm not really rooting for her.
She didn't get enough criticism because, I think it feels more gross when you criticize a woman coach as opposed to a man coach, because typically it's a bunch of men doing the criticizing on sports radio. But she sucked. She was awful. Maybe Philip Fulmer's worst hire. And that's a guy who hired Jeremy Pruitt.
That Maryville team went 16-15 last year in Division II.
So not even a good D2 team.
No. Missouri shot 3 of 28 from 3.
I don't like Missouri fans, so I'm not rooting for her success. I don't really have a problem with Kelly, but I'm not rooting for her success because I just want Maryville. I just want Missouri fans to be miserable. I don't like them at all. I don't want them to have anything.
Buck writes in, ate at a Sonic in Atlanta in 1996. Haven't been back. I love that.
I do appreciate a man.
30 years ago. Yeah, I tried it 30 years ago. Nope.
I do appreciate a man that can hold a grudge. He saw all those commercials. He saw the two guys sitting there being funny, being goofy, trying to sell us on all the stuff. He's like, nope, not going back there. It's an unserious place.
I tried one 30 years ago. Wasn't for me. Wasn't any good. Sounds like a memory he has, though. He said, yeah, I remember it well. It was 1996. That's how bad it was.
We were coming back from Atlanta.
Wonder what he ordered.
No telling what was on the menu in 96. I don't know.
I feel like it was better in 96. Like when I was a kid, I thought Sonic was great, but maybe that's just because that's all we had,
It's probably because life was better for you when you were a kid. You hadn't been beaten down by the realities of the world. I think everything was better.
Yeah.
That's where all the nostalgia comes from. A time in life when you think you were happy. No one's nostalgic for the Great Depression era. They weren't happy back then.
Somebody was.
Somebody had to have been making some money.
Rothschilds and the Rockefellers.
Carpetbaggers. That'll do it for us. We'll do it again tomorrow. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next. Stay locked in on Fan Run Radio.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of